Last night, the police knocked on his door, told him it was a mandatory evacuation. Of course, him and his wife ignored it, along with a bunch of other neighbors, because it's a high rise. So he feels he's high enough off the ground to not worry about flooding. And then and the shelter is far away. And I'm thinking, like, shelters are for people who have nowhere else to go. Yeah. Like, Richard has friends. Richard has friends. Okay, so then there's that. So he goes, I'm afraid if I leave, they're not going to let me back up. And I said, they're absolutely not going to let you back. Of course they're not going to let you back up. And I said, why did you go and stay with friends? He goes, well, the shelter's far away. So he goes, we didn't want to leave our pets. So I started thinking, pets, the dog, the cat, no, the fish and the gerbil.
And I offered him a hotel room to stay in the city.
But I'm like, but I really don't think he's.
So what did he end up doing?
Well, he won't leave. He's at the house. He goes, I can't leave. I'm not leaving my wife here alone. He goes, I can't get back in.
It's a bullshit artist.
I don't know if it's bullshit or if he's stupid.
Tim offered him a hotel.
I didn't know that. Well, we offered everybody a hotel room.
Yeah. Let's go. Where's your Storm now? Fuck you, Storm. Let's go right now. Come on, everybody left. Everyone abandoned. The government can't go. Nobody. I'm here. Let's go right now.
You're the only one who can make it into work.
I'm the only one. We're off every day except during a storm. Some guy on Twitter, I go, we're definitely doing our show tomorrow. We don't care what the weather is. This guy goes, you're an asshole. You're always out, and now you're here for the storm. I go, well, gee, I'm glad I made the effort. Well, as you know, all broadcasting has been shut down. We are the only ones left. Today is a live broadcast, and we have over 100 million listeners because everyone wants to be a part of this. Who's that coughing? Fred?
Yeah.
What's the matter,
Must
man?
be a dust ball in here or something.
The weather getting to you?
No, just dust.
Oh.
What mic are you on, Shuli? Or did Scott not make it in?
No, I'm right. Well, I don't think Scott made it in, but I'm right here.
Scott didn't make it in. That's a surprise.
I can't.
It's either work or bowl.
Any excuse I can find.
He could make it to bowling, but he couldn't make it to work.
This is a Jewish holiday. I made one up.
I don't want to embarrass my family.
I have to sandbag my head.
Oh, you're on that mic, okay?
Yeah,
all right.
right.
Got it. Shuli joining us this morning. Thrill of his lifetime.
He could get in.
Oh, everyone can get in if they want to. It's absolutely pleasant outside today. I don't know when this big storm is coming, but, I'm one of
Well, they keep promising that it's going to start raining in Manhattan shortly, they keep
let's
saying.
go. Let's
And
have
then
it.
they say that the afternoon commute, please come in, because the afternoon commute is really what they're worried about.
Half the people here who live in Manhattan were evacuated. It's a major mess. It's so funny, too. I'm sitting at my computer last night, and I'm, making arrangements to be here, blah, 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 see who's coming in and what. Then all of a sudden I get a text from Doug Goodstein, who's in charge of Howard TV.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, the text was so bizarre. It was like, what did he say? How did he put it? He goes, Howard, Doug Goodstein here. All of In Demand is, like all the In Demand offices are closed for tomorrow. I think that's the message.
Okay.
So I think now I'm supposed to write him and alleviate his guilt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
right.
You know him. He loves disasters, and he wants to be home with his family, running around with a camera and jugs of water and saving everyone. And
I have a 2-year-old and a wife. I left them last night.
Yeah.
Came into the city, got a room.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Well, it was ridiculous. So I know what that message means. It means now I have to spring into action and make a decision for him as to all of the offices in Demand. Now, first of all, what do the offices at In Demand have to do with us?
Right.
Nothing.
We still record the show.
Yeah, all he's got to do is press a record button.
Yeah.
He can't get here. So I was just like, you know what, Doug? I said, I go in, yeah, so? What do you want from me? He wants me to make a decision for him. And by the way, I don't want anybody putting themselves in danger getting in here if there's a real dangerous situation.
Sure.
But why don't you do what everyone else is going to do? Wake up and see if the weather's bad, and if it's not, come on in.
They called it early yesterday. They were not coming in.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
This was
before anything happened.
Yeah. Oh,
The buses and trains were still running.
Right. And Tim called me and said, we're doing the show, right? I go, of course we are. I said, we'll do the show as long as we can all get in. There's no big deal. And Tim said, yeah, I'll even get some hotel rooms for people. So, there was no reason Doug couldn't get a hotel room.
No, I came in last night. Tim I don't understand this. Tim lives in the city and still got a hotel room and stayed in the hotel. I think he didn't want to walk as far as he normally has.
Tim stayed in a hotel?
Tim stayed in the same hotel. First of all, I get to the hotel and I see him in the front of the line at the front desk. He is so loud. He is so obnoxious.
Oh my God!
This woman,
What?
We go to check in. This woman runs up to the front desk because she got locked out of her room. And she runs up, she says, "Sir, can you please..." And Tim starts yelling full blown, hey, lady, I was here first. I was here first.
No,
like
calm
he's
down.
smiling at her.
You're going to have a fucking heart attack.
I know. But I booked the rooms, and I had to use the room, so I used the room. Because
Why did you use it? Oh, so it wouldn't go to waste.
It wouldn't go to
Exactly right.
waste.
And what, you offered it to Doug Goodstein, right?
No, not to Howard TV. Howard TV has their own company.
Right. But what is his point? So In Demand is closed. Who cares? What is it? So he's not here today?
We're in media.
We're in media, and also there's nothing happening outside.
Yeah,
It's absolutely no weather conditions that are preventing anyone from getting in.
This separates the men from the boys, right, Shirley?
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, and also, I mean, the real test comes later today. Like, if shit starts shutting down, I think what they're doing is they're saying, well, I don't want to be stuck out here, so I'm going to just
Yeah, but I
stay
mean,
home.
it's a job. I mean, you come in, you do it, and you go home.
Right.
Everybody here is risking being stuck. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
So, I don't know. It's
We're here doing the show. That's
Exactly.
it. We're the only ones left.
business is business.
Business is business.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I ate breakfast at home this morning. I usually get my breakfast here, but I'd heard everything's shut down, everything's closed. We wouldn't be able to get breakfast. Will got my breakfast. So Gary ate my breakfast because I had
You
my
already
breakfast,
had breakfast.
at home. And I'm like the most unprepared motherfucker. Everyone's running out yesterday getting jugs of water and egg. I have 3 eggs.
Let me, because I saw something in the paper about what you're supposed to have to be prepared for the hurricane.
I'm so unprepared. Like, I have an assistant and everything. You think I would have had like a couple of dozen eggs in the refrigerator?
Right, somebody should have got you some food.
And I came home, there were 3 eggs in the refrigerator.
Well, here's what you're supposed to have: 1 gallon of drinking water per person per day.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of bottled water.
Right, you usually have that around. Non-perishable, ready-to-eat canned foods.
I don't have that. I really
First
don't.
aid and flashlight.
I got that. Beth went out and got 2 flashlights.
Okay, so you did get that. Battery-operated AM/FM radio and extra batteries.
I got the internet. You know, I'm
No. That's like in case power goes down.
Yeah, power goes out. I got 10 hours on my iPad. That's enough.
10 hours on your iPad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to use all the 10 in a row. I'm just going to go on and check it.
All right,
everything
all
full.
right.
Although I got a whole bunch of movies and stuff on there, too, I'm going to watch.
I was just
Right,
thinking you're
so-
going to wear out your battery watching shows and stuff.
Oh, I would
That's
go
right.
insane.
He'll be watching Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I would go insane if I don't have TV. Like, if I just don't want the power to go out. And like Robin and I were talking about this last night. What is this bullshit with the power going out? We're in New York. There's no power lines.
Right, I looked outside. There's no lines. The lines are underground.
You know what I was thinking, Rob? Maybe the power is like from upstate or something, and they ship it down here.
No.
Where's the power? Like, where does it start? Where does power start?
They have, what are they, converters or something?
question.
Those stations are right here that make the power.
Anybody know anything about power? Like, I realize there's so much in our world I don't know.
Don't know.
And I'll
Don't
die. I'll live and have
understand.
died and never know. Like, where's the power come from? Because as far as I can tell, let's say there's horrible winds.
Substations. That's what they said. Substations.
Yeah, but where are those substations?
They're right here, and they said that some of the substations might flood.
But where's the
And
place?
then-
But where's the place where the power is actually made?
Well, remember when that blackout happened and they were talking about, and that happened over a large portion of the country because there's a grid.
Hold on a second, Jason. You know anything about power?
Yeah, because I had the same thought you did,
Right.
and I looked it up. I'm like, well, I don't understand. There's nothing to get blown over. So how are we
Right.
going to lose?
Like, what's the problem?
So I guess if the ocean floods, underground and hits the wires, where all our wires are underground.
The ocean?
Yeah, because the salt water.
Oh, that's right. This is like an island or something?
Yeah, we're
I forget that sometimes.
So apparently the salt water just corrodes and ruins the wires, and it takes
Short circuits everything.
Yeah,
I mean, are we really in trouble there? Like, I mean, we're so fucked up that like ocean is going to hit our wires.
Well, the
surrounded.
ground will get wet.
The ground's going to get wet and it's going to throw the whole thing off.
Yeah.
That's so fucking lame.
But there's a lot of vents and whatnot near, like, the East River, and it's like,
Where is this place where the power is made exactly?
we actually buy power from like Ohio and all sorts of other places.
Right, that's
We
what I was
just
gonna
don't
talk
make
about,
our
the
own.
grid,
It comes
yeah.
from thousands of miles away.
And how does it get here?
through wires
Lines,
and grids.
yeah.
And
So
things
if
like
a
that.
line goes down, like in Jersey, would our power be affected in Manhattan?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So where
But
are
then
the
again,
wires
it could go
that
out
are
in
above
Ohio
ground?
and fuck us up.
But Ohio, are they being hit?
No.
So what are we talking
No,
about?
because the storm is actually going up that whole.
See, nobody
It's
knows
going
power.
up 95. It's not going
But
to
no,
Ohio.
it's a
Are there
whole blanket.
wires
Look at
on
the map.
95?
It's 1,000.
Everyone's
What is it
mad
now?
all of a sudden because they don't know shit.
Fred's
No,
yelling
no,
at
no.
you.
Yelling.
Listen
No,
to
because
me.
Robin's saying that it's not affecting that area. It's like going up to Wisconsin, for Christ's sake.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, look at the map.
Stop it.
See, a lot of times I think they shut stuff down to prevent damage.
They
But meanwhile,
do.
there is no damage.
But I
if it
heard
comes
this
over, it
on the news yesterday that the substations are also underground.
Do you know anything about power?
No.
Oh.
No, but I just wanted to tell you how stupid this whole thing can be. I lost power this summer for 2.5 days.
It's ridiculous.
Because a squirrel went into a transformer and got fried, and it shut down 15,000 homes in my town for
Oh.
2.5 days. It's insane. It's a fucking squirrel.
Wow.
But let me tell you, the substations
That's
they
like those
said could
ducks
get
that bring
flooded.
down planes.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
ducks that bring down planes?
Geese.
Geese.
But they said the substations
Ducks.
could get flooded, and that would cause the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
But Fred thinks the hurricane's going all the way to Wisconsin.
It's a big storm. There's snow and everything. It's not necessarily going to get that
And we're
wind,
so
but it's going to get
unprepared.
rain and snow.
Beth has 2 boxes of spaghetti. Like, we have that. Like, we're just planning on this whole thing blowing over because...
Do you have iodine tablets?
No.
Or
Noah.
1 quart of unscented bleach
I don't know.
to disinfect water?
I don't know.
Did you fill your tub? Because I heard somebody say that.
If
No.
you see me
That's
disinfecting water, just shoot me. It's fucking over.
Maybe I should fill my tub. I don't have a tub.
I know my
You
wife.
don't have a
Well,
tub?
Beth has one. I don't have your shower,
Well, you
Mike.
got pots and stuff, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
wife
you
was
should-
like, should we? I mean, I took everything out of my yard yesterday. My garage looks like a
Yeah,
fucking
we did
yard
that.
sale. And she said, should we pull the trampoline in? Right? We still have a trampoline. I said, if the trampoline blows away, we have a lot more to worry about. That, like, if the wind is so bad,
Yeah, but that could hit you into your house, that
it's,
trampoline.
Right.
it's way far away.
You should take it out. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
It's huge.
Yeah, but dude, that's the thing they're talking about. That's the kind of thing that could go through a window.
And it might not even go through your window. It might be a
Right.
neighbor's or... That's terrible.
Well, one thing I learned from that TV show Revolution, if the power goes out, the girls get hotter.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. There's tons of hot chicks just roaming the streets
Well, I can tell you,
Now,
in skimpy outfits.
I can tell you, for me, I will guarantee you, it's not will my power go out. It's for when
And
it will
how
go out, for how
long.
long. I expect to be out of power just based on storms like this. I have a generator now, but I expect to be out a minimum of 5 days, and probably close to 10.
You probably won't be so bad. There's certain parts in Connecticut they power it up right away because you're in a wealthy
No,
section.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter where it is. It's we have a lot of trees. All our wires are above ground.
Yeah,
and
you rich people have trees.
and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
We'll be.
But
I
they
guarantee.
power
All you
them.
rich people with your trees.
But
They
they
don't.
power them up first.
They don't, Fred. That's a
Now,
complete
if you look
lie.
at them, I was watching a map. My mom lives in a not rich section of Connecticut. You got it back like 3 days ahead of her.
I was out for 6 days with Irene. 6 days.
Debbie the pet lady wants to warn us about how dangerous today is. Let's see, maybe
Okay.
she knows something.
right.
Because she has birds, and birds will signal you when things are really. They
What
know
are her birds doing?
They all flew away.
when they see a tsunami, they fly.
Yeah.
Debbie, do you know something?
Howard!
Hi.
You're not supposed to be in the show today.
Why? It's,
Because there's a storm, you silly. The tornadoes, Sarah's coming.
Sarah's
Sarah.
Sarah.
And they're gonna they're
Sammy.
making everybody. All the transportation is shut down here. The schools are even shut down. So how are you at work today, knowing that the power can come lost? And
Well, I'll
you're
tell
in
you
that
what.
elevator going down or going up, you can get trapped in there when the power lose power today.
Well,
you know that?
I'll tell you, I don't care about getting trapped here. If I do, I do. I mean, it's fine. We got a lot of nice people here. We'll
All
hang
the
out.
transportation is out over there. How did you even get to work this morning?
I don't know. I made Ronnie drive me.
No, public transportation is out. Cars still move.
Everything is closed.
No, cars can still go.
Yeah.
Cars here. Cars can go.
Look out your window. Give us an update.
Oh, it's okay. Let me go give you an update. Hold on.
Stick your head out. Yeah, let us.
By the way, this is an update from Crazy Town. Everybody loves it here.
Get out there right now. The winds are so bad. I didn't get to take my pool down yet, and my pool's gonna get ruined now.
Oh, you have a pool?
You have a pool?
Yeah, I couldn't get it taken down. No.
It's America.
Like
she's got a pool.
I think she got a pool you can buy at like CVS or something.
Rain. I went to New York, and I was so scared I was gonna get stuck out there, and I made it home alive.
See, people, the weathermen all scared people like Debbie the Pet Lady, and they panic.
No, because they tell you the whole news this morning. I woke up early, 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to take the puppy outside to walk it, and the wind was.
She's all worked up, and nothing is going on.
Imagine if she was given the weather report.
Now.
Oh, here
She
you go.
should be the weather lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great weather lady.
I'd watch.
Like Tim called me, he wants to do like a weather show here when we're, during the storm.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, get Debbie to do it.
Well, I think he's got High Pitch Eric is doing some stuff.
Yeah. You got to hear that. Here's High Pitch Eric on his Facebook page. Listen to him doing the weather. You got to hear this. This is great. I think he should be doing regular updates on Howard 100 News.
This is your meteorologist, High Pitch Eric. As you can see, I have the latest map here. As you can see, Hurricane Sandy is moving up towards the East Coast.
Oh, shit.
8 a.m. Sunday.
He's so gross. He gets saliva in his mouth.
I'm sure he doesn't realize that to be called a meteorologist, you have to have a degree. I think he just says if he calls himself one, he is one.
It'll hit Bermuda. After Bermuda, it'll hit up the East Coast by 8 a.m. Monday. By 8 a.m. Monday, it moves closer to the East Coast in Pennsylvania on Monday and Tuesday. So it's moving in the East Coast direction. I'll have more updates in a few hours. This is your meteorologist, High Pitcher Eric, with the latest on Sandy.
Thank you. I
Did
love
you say
it.
I'm Sandy?
On Sandy. Yeah, there's going to be a John Belaris weather special, and High Pitch Eric will be calling in with reports.
Can I talk about the phone call I got from Richard Christie this morning?
Yeah.
Hey.
So I told Howard, I always wondered who the people were that defy a mandatory evacuation, but now I know one. It's Richard. So Richard calls me at 4:45 this morning to tell me that last night the police came to his apartment, knocked on the door, and told him he had to leave, to which he and his wife ignored it. Right? So when he went to leave this morning, they're not running the elevators. So he said, I'm afraid that if I leave, I can't get back in. He goes, I said, you're absolutely not going to get back in. And I said, why didn't you leave? And he said, well, the shelters were far away. And I'm thinking, I don't think shelters are for Richard. Like Richard, he's got to know people.
He's got friends.
But the best part was he said he didn't want to leave the pets behind. So I'm thinking the dog, the cat,
a fish,
and a hamster.
Was he 9?
I mean, yeah.
He's got a hamster.
Well, you know what's
Like you leave the thing alone for
and
a
isn't
week.
the fish's name Fishy?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know something? Like, I didn't make it mandatory that people come in, but, Richard's one of those guys. Tim offered him a hotel room. He could have left with his wife.
Sure.
Enjoyed the hotel. And been here.
He said he didn't leave.
He's full of shit.
He didn't leave because they're so high up they wouldn't get covered in water. But I don't think that's what the evacuation isn't just about water. It's about if everything gets shut down, then he's on whatever floor.
Yeah, and then they got to worry about rescuing his fat ass. Debbie, you want to give us the update on the weather?
I think she's taking other calls.
Yeah, she's got like a whole weather center.
Home office.
She's freaking out about her above ground pool. Like, you could just dismantle that. It's not difficult.
Well, she didn't take it down before the wind.
Meanwhile, there's no wind out there now.
That's what she's saying. And she took the dog for a walk and there was wind.
The best is when those birds just all start talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And she flips out and starts
Debbie.
yelling.
Yeah, you have a lot of contact with her from the newsroom, right?
Oh, yeah. I at least once a week I have to call her and give her like a pep talk where I got to, bring her back from the edge.
Debbie. Well, I guess our weather correspondent is busy.
We can't rely on her if she's going to be like this.
She's alone in her apartment, yelling at no one.
It's the crazy alarm going off.
Yeah. What is that? What is that noise?
Is that a phone or an
It
intercom?
sounds like a phone.
It's a crazy phone.
Crazy line.
It's from the mental hospital they're calling. Oh, that's my mental hospital. That's a special ring they have.
I have a hotline.
It's like
No.
Batman used to have that red phone for the commissioner.
Right. Hello? Like she's in the middle of a conversation with us and
I
left.
think she's got like 50 phones.
She's taking down the pool.
Debbie.
Hurry.
I wonder what she's doing.
She told somebody to hurry.
She's talking to her pets, Gary.
She doesn't have people to live with her.
I think what happened is this happened before when I talked to her.
There's the bird.
She tried to hang up, and she didn't hang up all the way.
Oh.
And so now this is just her and her environment.
She's got a dog, too?
Yeah. I think she's talking to the wall, though, right now.
But I think she forgot that she was supposed to be checking the weather and coming back to us.
Yeah. She's on to the next thing.
I think she's having a good conversation with a water pitcher.
Debbie. All right, I'm going to hang up. I give up.
She'll call back.
Yeah, so Tim was like, he calls me up yesterday in a panic, and he says, listen, I'm going to put you on a 3-way conference call with the engineering department. We have 3 contingency plans. I go, Tim, I don't want to speak to the engineering department. Just tell me what's on your mind. Okay. So, like
he wants to brief you.
Yeah, he's gonna. Like, people just have too much access to me around here. I tell them to call my assistant Laura if they have anything to say to me. She'll handle it. Because this conversation with Tim was a complete waste of time. So he goes, all right, here's the 3 plans. If you, in a complete disaster, you'll do the show from your ISDN line. We checked it. It works. I said, Tim, if it's a complete disaster, do you think I'm going to have power? Doesn't your building have a generator, an emergency generator? I go, no. No, it doesn't. There's no emergency generator in my building. How many buildings in Manhattan have an emergency generator? So
it would take a generator as big as a building to run it.
Right. So that plan was out. Then he had the second plan was, like, you just want to fucking bother me, dude.
No, I don't. Gary and I wanted to talk to you.
It was a complete waste of time, your whole conversation. I said, Tim, here's the option. If it's nice tomorrow, I'll be in.
All right. Well, at least I was thinking about it.
If Ronnie can get me here, we'll get in. And I said,
and
all the staff's asking.
All the staff's asking.
Tell the staff. How the fuck do we know? We don't have a crystal ball.
Well,
try and get here like I'm trying to do. And if you can't, don't put yourself in danger.
That's what I told him.
Yeah, but why are you bothering me at home? And why are you putting me on conference calls with fucking engineers?
It was with Gary.
With Gary?
Yeah, Gary and I wanted to talk to you. I told you.
Oh, my God. You guys just waste my time.
Sorry. I'll never call again.
Just assume I'll be here. And if I can't get there, I'll give you a call.
All right.
Holy mackerel. And you got to get that ISDN line set up? I go, if we're in the middle of World War III and it's the apocalypse, you really think you think I'm going to have power and everyone isn't?
The world wants to hear from you, Howard.
Yeah. Oh, you're so annoying.
I'm sorry.
God, you were annoying the shit out of me yesterday.
Really?
No, you handled yourself great. You got a couple of hotel rooms. That's it.
I care. I want
Richard
everyone to...
Christie is a fucking retard.
At least someone cares around here.
Yeah. No, I know. I like that you care, but you don't need me.
Now he's hurt.
I do need you. I need you.
How's your ribs?
Much better. I rested.
Good. Yeah, I'm worried about him.
Thank you.
First he shit all over the bathroom and shit all over the walls, and now he broke his ribs. I think he's going through like an old age crisis.
An old age crisis, not a midlife crisis.
I think he's past midlife.
He took me out to eat last night. You should have seen what this guy ordered. He's got
oh yeah,
matzo ball soup the size of a bucket.
Yeah,
it comes in a bucket.
Where'd you go for dinner?
We went to the Carnegie Deli down the street.
So like after the soup, he should have been done.
No, but then they brought in his mile high stack of meat on bread. Like you don't even know there's bread underneath this fucking thing. You got to cut for like 10 minutes before you even hit bread.
Right.
And he's sitting there going, boy, I don't think I could finish this.
Julie. I split it with my son, and I had like a little bit of matzo ball soup, and that was it, and we left.
And who had the fucking
cheesecake?
I had a slice of cheesecake.
That's the way they serve it. I don't run their business.
You're so pregnant.
Yeah.
Look at the size.
Oh, I know, because then I was inactive for that because I can't move with my please.
And he's telling the guy at the front desk, he goes, "This is my life partner." He's pointing at me. He's going, "This is my life partner. We're checking in tonight." And the guy, and then he zones out. He starts messing with his phone. He's not paying attention. So I'm listening to the guy. The guy goes, "So one king bed is good for you guys?" And I'm like, "Tim, they're about to put us in the same room." He goes,
"Your joke's going over so well. We're going to be in the same bed."
He goes, "No, they're not. No, they're not." Diddling away on his phone. I go, "Tim, he's telling me they're one bed for both of us."
Yeah, because we're life partners.
Yeah. No, he goes, "No, I was just kidding." The guy goes, "Oh, all right."
Great joke.
Yeah, you didn't know. He's getting us a room.
He's the life of the party. He's all excited about the weather.
I tell him, I go, "What do I do when I get there? Do I have a room under my name?" He goes, "Just take Ronnie's room." I go, "I can't just go up to a front desk and go, 'Hey, give me Ronnie's room.' You're not going to just check me in."
Give me Prince Charles's room. Yeah, what a nut.
He's so much fun.
Well, he gets so crazy, and he's calling me, and he's got plans, and by the way,
did any of them make any sense better than the ISDN line?
It made no sense, the ISDN line. Like, he was just like, here's our 3 different plans, and I'm getting Gary on the phone in a 3-way, and I was like, I didn't even know it was Gary. That was an engineer. He goes, we're going to get on a 3. I go, I'm not getting on any 3-way. Just tell me your plan. And he had 3 different contingency plans. I go, Tim.
What were the contingency?
Yeah, because I'm trying
One
to think.
was, I'm going to have the ISDN line, if and all the power goes out, and I'll do it from the house. And I said,
you mean
my apartment? I said, Tim, if all the power goes out, how do you make the ISDN line work? I need equipment. He goes, well, you have an emergency generator, don't you? I go, no.
Now you got to check the schematics of your building.
And not only that,
my building does. No, what building in Manhattan has an emergency
generator? Actually, there
generator?
are a few.
A few. I mean,
that have it. But
I don't
yours
have
might
that.
not have it, and maybe it's only for like essential stuff, like the elevators.
Well, I want to say to Tim, is this show so important? I mean, that like if like there's a complete flooding and a disaster,
right?
We need to be on the air. We're the last line.
Yeah. We have to, I mean, it's insane.
You're taking your wife and you're finding safety.
Right.
I heard option 3 was cyanide pills. Is that true?
The other option was, of course, which was so stupid, was like, well, I'll be able to get here.
Right.
So that's the same option I have every day.
That's the option you have every day.
Right. And then there was a third option.
But isn't the third option to go to like another state or something?
No, there was a third option. Hey, Tim, what were your 3 options?
I know what they are. The third option was switching dates. In other words, canceling today and tomorrow, doing the show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, and no, I know what it was. Tim goes, cancel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and work Thanksgiving week. And I went,
what?
And I started to laugh. I just started to laugh. I go, get the fuck off my phone.
Gary and I concocted all this.
Yeah, well, you guys...
Way to throw Gary under the bus.
I said,
I'm not going down in flames on this one alone.
My boss will probably just want to work Thanksgiving week.
Listen, I came up with 4 different ideas.
Yeah, but I came up with an option, too. The option where no one can get on the air and there's no show. And that was the real option.
No, I think part of the issue is that anybody that came in today you really won't get home until Wednesday. And there were people that were reluctant to do that.
Dude, I told you. Anybody who didn't need to be... I would have done the show myself.
2 people didn't come in and you already goofed on them.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just Doug Goodstein writes me a text like, all of the in-demand offices are closed. What does that have to do with me? In-demand offices.
I think the feeling is, though, if you don't come in, you're going to get goofed on, and nobody wants to get goofed on.
I told everyone. I said, don't come in.
Right,
do whatever you have to do.
But Doug didn't come in, and Scott didn't come in, and Richard didn't come in, and nobody wants to
Richard's retarded.
That's true.
Tim, he's living in Manhattan. Him and his wife have no children. Tim gave them a room. They could go live in the hotel. He's sitting there with the power out.
And no elevators now. He can't even get out of the building.
He's retarded. How could I not goof on him?
You all right, Gerbil?
You okay, fishy fish?
By the way, I found out that Jason just told me the hotel that we're all booked at is a pet-friendly hotel.
Right.
That's for
dogs.
So
you could have brought the gerbil.
What?
That's for dogs and cats. I'm pretty sure they'll take gerbils and fish.
Yeah. What a dick.
My gerbil needs a king bed.
By the way, with the storm, it's like, did you notice, like Ronnie's dressed like a slob today?
Yeah.
Like all the rules go out.
Yeah.
Ronnie's supposed to wear a suit. Like all the security people are wearing their suits. Ronnie
couldn't wear it because of the weather?
Yeah. He showed up today like with jeans and that whole rock and roll Ronnie look.
Casual Ron
showed up for work.
Ron Jovi.
Ron Jovi. And I was just like, I was looking at him and go, nothing happened. There's no bad weather. And Ron's running around. Ron Jovi is running around in his jeans.
These are my swimming jeans, bro.
Yeah. And I was just like, why today is he not in his suit? Like everything is completely topsy-turvy.
All bets are off.
Right. Every man for himself.
My Hurricane Sandy ensemble.
I can picture Ronnie like raping Lisa. Like it doesn't matter. The world is ending.
Storm's coming.
Yeah.
I got a cookie. Where's your titty?
Your Honor, if you remember, it was the Tuesday of the storm. I thought my life was ending.
I saw a storm surge. I got a boner.
We started looting Tuesday at 6 o'clock and raping and pillaging. Like, where's your suit? Like, why did that all go out the window?
Why do I have to wear a suit? First of all, nobody's coming in.
Everybody's here. I'm
Nobody's
here.
here.
Julie's here. Benji's here.
Yeah, I have to wear a suit for them?
No, but I mean, everyone in the building is here. I mean,
No, not everybody in the building is here. No, everybody in the building is not here.
But why can't
The
you
people
wear your
I saw
suit?
security were dressed in suits.
Shut up.
Ron.
Look at you. You look like you fucking came from the homeless
I
shelter.
don't dress in suits. That's not my job.
No, but I mean, like, why today? Because of the storm?
Why do I have to go out? It's supposed to pour later. Why do I have to go out there in a suit later? For what?
It's not pouring.
It wasn't. Yeah, now. Why are
You
you
gotta
breaking my balls? I'm fucking here, aren't I?
Hey, great. But I'm just saying, rock and roll Ronnie showed
The rock
up.
and roll. This is a nice white shirt. It's
No.
not rock and roll.
With
What
the
are you
jeans.
talking about?
Show everybody your jeans.
I'm not allowed to wear jeans.
Ripped jeans.
Let me see your
You got the
jeans,
ripped
Ron.
jeans. Let me
And
see
I
your
got
jeans.
my dicky on.
Acid wash.
Look at that. The rip comes with them to look hip.
They do.
I know.
These are cooked
Come
Sexy.
on, man.
The
They
rip
ripped
makes
them
it.
for him?
You could see skin. My cock.
Listen,
He's got
Jason's
his walk-
wearing a jacket for me today, okay?
He's got his walkie-talkie tucked in his back pocket.
What is wrong with you?
Turn around,
You
Howard.
stupid ass.
Turn around. It's like,
Yeah,
Let's see
what?
your walkie-talkie. Come over here. Let me see.
I always have it in my
Let me
back
see.
pocket.
Let me see. I never saw
You don't fucking, you don't fucking see it, Norman, because the jacket covers it.
That's why you wear a
Oh,
jacket.
right.
stop it.
so you don't look like a 12-year-old.
Good
walking around.
God.
You ever use the walkie-talkie?
You see Lieberman out there? He's wearing his mom jeans with he's wearing mutlocks.
Is he?
He's wearing like he's going to get caught in like 20 feet of water.
Well, you're doing the same thing.
No, I'm not. I'm wearing regular shoes, like
both in
Timberlands.
Timberland.
He's wearing. Lieberman, come up here. Show him those duck shoes you're wearing.
Why not? Oh, there's your
Yeah.
walkie-talkie. Who's
always
see,
on.
let me see on the
Who's he in
walkie-talkie.
touch with?
Who you in touch
They
with?
weren't calling me.
Go ahead. See if you can get on there and make contact with people. Just
Who you
ask,
want me to call?
ask for a weather update.
See if there's anybody out there.
Brian, what's going on out there?
Come on, let's look here a minute. Nothing, Ronnie. He was just calling out to me.
All right, good.
All right, thanks.
Look, they all know Ronnie.
Over and out.
Over and out. Ron Jovi.
10-4,
I
10-4.
mean,
Good
John
buddy.
Lieberman's wearing a jacket at least. I mean,
I look fine.
No, you don't. Where's your suit? Are you wearing those stupid mom jeans again? Your belly's hanging over you.
no, those jeans are better.
These are
Look at it. Look at it. Look at those boots. Look at it. Where
Let's
did
see.
you get those from? My grandmother used to wear those.
I have those. Those are cool.
Yeah, these are duck shoes, they're called. And these are different jeans. These are express jeans that I've had. They're not new.
Express.
These are called duck shoes.
Isn't
and
Express a store for fat chicks? I'm just asking.
Ronnie, look at what you're wearing.
What am I wearing?
What do you think,
I
your
look
jeans
fine.
don't look like mom jeans?
No.
Let me see. Move over there. I'll tell you what.
First of all, you're wearing a cartoon mustache.
Big giant. What's that cartoon
Yosemite
character?
Sam.
Yosemite Sam mustache.
Shut up.
And he's laughing at John Lieberman.
Yeah, really. I'm going to be here until 8 or 9 tonight.
Oh, really?
And so by the time I leave, the water could be torrential, and so I have these boots. Let me tell you what.
What's so funny?
I don't know what's so funny. I really don't.
Look at him.
I really don't know why.
Look at him.
He's set for the storm.
And my belly is not hanging over.
Yes, it
thank
is.
you. Jason Kaplan called me fat on their back office show.
You're not fat.
Which exactly.
You're
so I'm
overweight.
Hey, wait.
I'm just going to call him Slim all the time.
Yeah.
Howard, his girlfriend texted him after Jason called him fat because he went crying to her about
Yeah.
it. And she wrote him back. She goes, calm down. You are fat. And then writes back, I meant you aren't fat.
Right. All right. Anyway, we'll take a break and we'll be back right after these words. So let's get this straight so Tim doesn't bother me later. What are we doing tomorrow about the show? Let's assume that they know what they're talking about with this storm, and it's so bad that we can't get to work. What I mean, so
What is the contingency
what is,
there?
Gary, you're in charge. You're the executive producer.
Yes, we got it.
What do you go? Go ahead.
There will be a decision made, tonight.
By who?
By me and Tim.
Right.
Tim and I.
Tim and you.
And Tim and you. And Tim and I will make the decision.
Tim and I or Tim and you?
Tim and I.
All right.
We'll make the decision.
Right.
And we have a show we can run tomorrow if need be.
Right.
And it'll be I have a feeling, here's a perfect example. I have a feeling that tonight they will close the bridges and the tunnels.
Now so what if they do that? Are you in the city tonight?
I'm not.
Oh, you're going back home?
Yes.
Right, so
Almost everybody's going back home.
Well, why would you go back home if we're doing a show tomorrow?
Because I think the feeling for most people is that they have a wife and kids and a house that also needs to be protected.
So what are you going to do?
How are you
going to
protect?
How are you going to protect
In
them?
other words, if a tree falls on the house, what the fuck is my wife going to do?
Well, what are you
What are
going
you
to do?
going to do?
He's going to lift it.
I'm going to lift it off.
Yeah, like Samson.
I'm like Bobby Joe Young.
1 second, Mary.
So I can't count on you to be here tomorrow.
I will be
In
here.
other words, you've decided
Well,
that-
you said that if people.
Well, it's pretty clear that it might be very bad, and you might not be able to get into the city.
Right.
So you're abandoning ship. Am I correct?
That is not correct.
But if they're closing bridges
in other words, if I can get in
I'm
tomorrow,
just
I'll
asking,
be
I'm
here.
trying to make an assessment.
If I can
so
get
you're
into-
not. So in other words, if it's a bad storm, you won't be able to get in.
Right.
Because you're not going to stay over in the city. Am I
That's
correct?
right. That's correct.
All right.
And that would be, I would say, most of the people on our staff.
I didn't ask about most people. I just asked about you. Okay. Why not bring Mary and Lucas into the city today?
And not
Because
worry
why
about
would you
the
leave
house.
what are you guys fucking crazy? So, Robin, you would leave your house.
Yeah.
So that,
Yes, I
so-
left a house.
So if a tree falls on my house, I'll just figure it out when I get home.
Yeah.
You're not going
What
to
are
get
you gonna
anything
do
done
anyway?
during the storm.
Of course you're gonna. Of course.
Tree falls in your house. Why do you want to be in it?
What if it starts to flood?
Yeah.
It's gonna
What are you going to
flood.
do?
You can't get the tree out of your house.
You're going to take a pail and get the water?
So Howard, why don't you tell your entire staff to leave the house out east and just see what happens?
Of course they have.
You have not. There's
don't know
no
anything
staff
about it.
out east.
Well,
you wouldn't leave
I
it.
have people there now
I know, but
because there's no storm.
And I have people in my house right now. But you
Right,
wouldn't.
but I don't want someone to go down with a ship.
You wouldn't leave your house unattended. You wouldn't. People don't leave the house. In other words, we haven't been told to leave.
But your
our homes.
wife, you said,
Wait
is
a
there.
minute. And everybody was told to evacuate their homes in certain places. Those houses are unattended.
But that's because it was a mandatory evacuation.
So in other words, you're not here tomorrow.
I don't know that.
In a storm, I'm saying. You're
It
gonna be
depends.
home.
It depends on what happens with the storm.
All right. Well, I'm going to make every effort to get over here. Now, if I get here, who's going to be here?
But really, what does he think he could do with a tree?
Nothing. He's not going to do a fucking thing.
Well, and also, Gary.
Robin, is your house out of New Jersey unattended? Why don't you just leave it? Tell those guys not to go near it, and let's just see if a tree falls on it or if it floods. You deal with it later.
We will.
What are you
everybody's
gonna
you got a
do?
big old fucking staff to watch your house, but I shouldn't watch my house.
What
How
are you
fucking
gonna
dare
do?
you?
What are you going to do?
I don't know, but
Why are you getting so angry? I'm just asking
because
what you're doing.
I think it's rude for Robin to say, and you for that matter,
You
to say,
cannot
"Hey, fuck
remove
your
a
house."
tree.
I'm not saying. I'm
Well,
just
I don't
saying.
know
In
that
the
it's a
event
tree,
of a
and
disaster, you're not going to be able to do anything.
I don't know what the disaster is going to be, and it could
All
be
right,
on.
let's-
Hold on,
let's-
hold on.
let's imagine
it could
the
be
disaster.
on a smaller level that I can work with.
All right. Let's say your house is flooding, as you say. What are you going to do?
Well, I have a pump that I could hook up and start to try to get the water out.
Yeah. You think that's going to work?
I don't know,
In
but
the
I
event
would
of a
rather
flood?
do that than do nothing.
I see.
I don't think you see.
No. I just asked you, are you going to be here tomorrow? And now you're getting defensive.
Because
you are feeling guilty. So
I am
you're
not
yelling.
feeling guilty.
Listen to your voice. You're yelling.
But you're not. There's no.
I have all I said
there's
is,
no
are you going to
hold on a
be
second.
here tomorrow? Are
there's,
you staying
there's no
in the city
sensitivity
tonight?
to somebody's family or home.
I didn't say. I said,
But you did. You go.
I asked you.
You said no. Here's the
I
difference. I'm
asked
going to
you-
point it out. I'm going to get you
Yeah,
right here.
go ahead.
You said, "Oh, so I guess I can't depend on you."
Right. I can't depend on you to be here tomorrow. Am I correct?
I don't think that's
Am
how
I
you
wrong?
said
Am I
it.
right? You just said that's what I said, and you said that's not how I said it.
I can't
I
depend
said,
on you to
can
be
I
here
depend on you
tomorrow.
to be
Is
here
different
tomorrow?
than I can't depend on
Gary,
you.
can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
If the weather allows,
No.
and you-
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
is it an absolute that I'll be here tomorrow? The answer is no.
Okay. That's all I asked.
But you said, "Can I? I guess I can't depend on you. Not
Right.
depend
I
on you
can't
to be here
depend
tomorrow."
on you to be here tomorrow.
Well, there's a
Am
difference.
I correct, or am I hallucinating?
There's two different versions. Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow is one thing. Can I
Right.
depend on you if you
Right.
don't say anything? That means I can't depend on you no matter what.
No, I said tomorrow. Can I depend on you to be here? And you said no.
That is correct.
But then you went through a whole beaver-toothed explanation about how.
You asked me. No. You said
you're
why.
getting defensive.
But you said why.
I said what's
and then I
going
told you
on?
why.
Can you
and
spend
then,
the night in the city?
I told you why, and then
Because you need to be there with Mary
You completely discounted
and Lucas.
it. You completely discounted it.
I did not. I just said,
You did. You
are
said-
you going to be? And then Robin asked you, what are you going to do in
And
the
then-
event of the storm? We're
And both
hearing
of you, both of you said like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?"
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to be with my family if something happens.
Okay, so that's what we asked you. Why
Well,
are you
he
getting
did
defensive?
say you could bring them into the city and have them stay in the hotel with you.
Right, and then now I'm leaving my house unattended. That's the most ridiculous fucking idea ever, Robin.
Well, maybe a neighbor could keep an eye on it.
Sure, when they're dealing with their house, they should deal with mine too. Why don't they look over the whole fucking?
Well, maybe you'll
neighborhood?
pay him.
That doesn't work. You don't pay people to look at
Oh,
your house.
you don't?
People have to look at their house. So
All
if
right.
something's going wrong in somebody's house, they're going to leave that to go handle my house.
Do you ever leave your house unattended?
Not during storms, Robin.
Okay.
Yes, of course, we all leave our houses unattended, but not when we know. That, first of all, the governor of Connecticut said 600,000 people without power
Probably 2 weeks.
Right.
Probably for 2 weeks.
That's where you want to be.
So let me get back to my question, because all I was asking you is I'm trying to figure out the plan for tomorrow. Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
Not absolutely, no.
The answer is no, right?
Right.
Okay. That's what you should have said instead of feeling all guilty.
I don't really feel guilty.
Just say no. I can't be depended upon.
Yes, no, I can't be dependent upon.
That's it. Now, who can I depend on if I make it in tomorrow? Shuli, can I depend on you?
Yes, Howard.
All right. Thank you. Will you be attending to your home?
My wife is going to be taking care of that for me.
Where do you live?
I'm outside of the city. I'm in
an apartment?
Well, no, I'm on a first floor.
You're in an apartment.
Gary, why are you attacking this guy who wants to work with me tomorrow? I need people here.
How dare
I can't
I?
depend on you. This guy says you can depend on me, and you're attacking him like you're an enemy of my show.
Fine. You know what?
Okay,
I'm going
all
to
right.
leave.
I didn't say anything. I just said I'd be here.
Who can I depend on? Shuli, can I depend on you to be here if I make it in?
Nothing will stop me from doing my job, Howard.
All right. Thank you.
Nothing.
Fred.
Yes, sir.
Will you be here tomorrow?
I will be here
you make
tomorrow.
your every effort to get in?
I will be here. I was here the day after 9/11. I was here during several blizzards when there were no cabs.
All
but
right.
I don't have the problem that Gary has.
All right. So Fred, I can depend on you to be here.
I'll be here.
Surely you're going to be here.
I'll be here, Howard.
Benji, you have an opportunity to come in or no? Are you going to be guarding anything or are you going to be
What
here?
if my internet goes out?
Well, no, seriously. Are you going to be here?
Yes, yeah, I'll be here.
All right. So now I know, Robin, you will be able to broadcast? Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So, Gary, I can't depend on you tomorrow.
That's right.
But I can depend on Fred, Benji, and Shuli. Am I correct?
Correct.
All right. That's what I wanted to know. Look at you. You look like you're going to cry.
I'm fine.
Fucking baby.
I'm not a baby.
Just man up and say you won't be here.
I didn't say I
Oh, my
won't be
God,
here.
you're attacking,
But I didn't
screaming, and yelling.
I didn't say I won't be here.
You're like a maniac.
No,
I need to know who's going to be here.
But
if
Howard,
I get
there's
here,
a
no
whole
one's
subtext
here.
to it that you're not really being honest
Gary,
about.
Gary,
just
you're
be
being
honest.
dishonest.
No,
You're
being
attacking
dishonest.
me. I need
you're
to
not
know
being
who's going to
upfront.
be here.
You want to make it sound like I don't care about my job.
I did not say
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna
I
go on
said,
record.
can I depend on you to
go on
be here
record
tomorrow?
because I want to be straight. I care more about my wife and my kids than I do about this job.
Okay.
It's a close race. It's
Gary,
a close race.
Gary, you don't even have to go that far.
But
I
that's
just
what I
said,
think you
can
wanna
I
know.
depend on you to be here tomorrow? And the answer is
Understood.
either yes or no.
I know, but you know that you're going in.
I'm not going anywhere. You're putting words in my mouth. You're getting defensive. Again, I have to make arrangements for tomorrow. Right. If I'm coming in, who is going to be here?
Okay.
Doug Goodstein is not here today.
That's
There's
right.
nothing going on, and he's not here today. In-demand offices are closed somewhere.
There's two TV guys. Gadgie's directing the show,
Right.
and there's one other guy who's doing cameras.
Well, if that's the case, why don't we do that every day?
Yeah.
Like, why do we need
That's
these
all
other
it
guys?
takes.
Why do we have all these extra people? We could save a fortune in
And
the
Rob,
budget.
and Rob, the camera guy, is doing the
I
hallway
see.
camera.
Worst thing you can do around here
Take two.
is show you're
Where's my
expendable.
shit bucket?
Right.
You know?
Oh, trust me. I'm looking over the whole situation.
And Gary, my family is most important to me as well. But when they asked you why not bring your family down here, then you said, well, the house. Why leave the house? So if your family's most important, you'll get to
Don't
the house
attack
when you
Gary.
get there.
I just needed an answer.
I'm
Who
just
is going to
saying.
be here? You're attacking him. I just asked Gary a
was
simple
just
question.
saying something.
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? And he just attacked me. You
Yes,
attacked
it
me.
was a full attack.
It was.
You attacked me too.
You're a defensive guy.
You could have said, "Will you be able to make it tomorrow?" But it's, "Can I depend on you?"
No,
sort
I
of
said
insinuates-
the same thing to Fred. I
Well,
said the
of
same
course,
thing to
and that's-
Benji and
it
Shuli.
insinuates-
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
And it insinuates that not coming in makes me undependable.
Gary, that's your interpretation.
Well, okay, it's an interpretation.
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
Gary, can you be here tomorrow?
Gary, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
They're two different questions.
All right, Gary, can you be here tomorrow?
I will do my very best to get here, weather permitting.
Okay, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
Same answer. But I think you're
So
asking.
then
but I think you're asking a different question. I really do. I do. I think you're.
How do I plan my day for the rest of the day if I don't know who's going to be here?
I didn't say that. You could. The first way was an easy way to get
I
the same
said
answer.
to you, Gary, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? The answer is no. That's it. Then you're done. Then you leave. But no, you're going to stand there like a buffoon.
I don't
and
feel.
argue
I don't
with
feel
me.
buffoonish at all.
You should.
I don't.
You can't answer a straight question.
I
You're
answered
all
it fine.
guilty over there. Like,
There's
I'm
not-
attacking you. I need to know who I can depend on to be here. Tim, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? I'm going to ask everybody the same question.
Okay.
I need to know what I'm dealing with when I walk in. Why is this so difficult for you?
It's not difficult.
I said the same thing to Doug Goodstein last night. Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? He said no.
And then you mocked
guess
him.
what?
And then you mocked him for it.
Mock
today.
him. What is
But you said
Did you have any trouble getting in today?
No, I know. But you did. But you did tell everyone. But here's the thing: you laid it out there, and you said if you don't feel safe, don't come in.
Can you imagine he doesn't feel safe today?
I got you, but you laid it out there for everyone with no repercussions,
Now,
and now
what do
there's
you think-
repercussions.
What do you think of his decision?
I think it was the wrong decision. I
Right.
think that you have to
Okay.
make. I think you have to make what's called a game time decision. You have
Do you
to
think
get up and look at
Casey
the weather.
made a good decision when he left the show that day during 9/11 because he's a pussy?
No, but that was.
Could you stop making noise, Tim? Do you know how to work the equipment around here? Give him a lesson.
Do you
on
know
how to
we're
work
on
it.
the air?
you know what's going
He's
on, Howard.
crashing into something else.
You have microphone 3 on,
Oh,
and he's
okay.
rubbing
All
against
right,
it.
all right.
His OCD's making noise.
Was not me.
He's on 2.
I'm on
Well,
2.
which are we going to use, 2 or 3, or is it always up for grabs?
It's up to you. You're running
I've
the board.
told the guys to put 3 on top and to always use 3, but it always seems to change.
I know. All right, just leave that on, please.
Okay, all right.
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yes.
all I wanted to know.
Yes,
Why
sir.
is he getting so attacked?
Why are you getting attacked?
Yeah, why are you attacked? Seriously, I asked him.
No, Gary and I asked, we discussed what you want to do, and if you're going to do a show, we're going to be here.
No, he says he cannot be depended upon to be here.
I will be here.
Yeah, Gary said he can.
So if he can't, we'll make do.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And what are we going to do if a tree falls on Gary's house?
We're going to call...
We'll call the Amish. They'll all come over and...
Yeah, how are you today?
It's one of 1,000 scenarios, Howard.
Right. Absolutely. Okay.
We'll get through it.
So,
Right.
Tim, I can depend on you to be here tomorrow?
I will be here.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. I just wanted an answer. It's not an attack.
What's happening?
When Tim comes in...
First of all, fucking John Lieberman. This is just an aside, very
Right.
quickly. I told him the other day, I go, you work in fucking radio. You know where the microphone is. 2 days in a row, he put the microphone on backwards.
Teach him. Give him a seminar.
I told him.
He's retarded.
I said, John, you of all people are the last person I should have to teach how to put a microphone on.
Jason, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? And Will. Let's find out their answer, Gary. At least I'm entitled to an answer. I know it upsets you. Jason, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
Weather depending, just like Gary.
Okay, so the answer is no.
The answer is no if the weather's
Right,
bad.
that-
The answer
Can
is
I
no.
depend on you to be here tomorrow?
I guess not.
Okay. Thank
Wow.
you. That's it. Simple answer. Thank you. Is he worried about trees? Do you know?
He's in a flood area.
He's in a flood area?
He's actually in a mandatory evacuation area. He and his wife have.
I live in a rowboat.
Decided not to listen.
Do me a favor tomorrow.
They're staying put in an evacuation area.
Teach John Lieberman. Oh, you won't be here tomorrow. Who's going to be here tomorrow
I'll
to
be
teach
here,
John
Howard.
Lieberman? Will you teach John Lieberman
Sure.
tomorrow how to use the headphones?
Sure.
Thank you.
You got it.
Right. Who else, Gary, can I depend on?
Did
I don't
Will
even have to ask
answer?
him. Did Will answer?
Will, can I depend on you to be here? I'm just trying to find out who's going to be here. Gary's all upset about it.
JD.
I shouldn't ask anybody? Oh, JD will be here.
Yeah, right.
Believe me, I know that.
It's better here than
one person you
wherever
don't have
else
to
he might
ask.
go.
Wherever he has to go is bad. Robin is
Can you
so
imagine if he told you he's not coming in?
right. Will, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
If you really need us to be here, I
No.
will be here.
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
I don't know what that means.
Are you?
My wife and my child are my priority.
Understood. So, can I depend on you to be here
If you
tomorrow?
said, I really need one of you guys to be, if you need Gary to be here, if you need me to be here, I will
I
be
didn't
here.
ask that question. I said, can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
I said, if you need me to be here, I'll be here.
I said
That's all I can
that,
say to you.
that everyone makes their own decision. I don't want anyone putting themselves in harm's way if they feel threatened by the weather that's supposedly coming, or they have a situation, to stay home. So now I'll ask you the question again. Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow?
I am slightly concerned about leaving my wife
So
and
the
child
answer
alone.
is yes or no.
So the answer, I guess,
I don't
is
care about the reason. Go ahead, yes or no.
the answer is no.
No, okay. All right. So you can't be here tomorrow. All right. So Will.
No, I'm not saying that. I said if you
The answer is no. I can't depend on you. Is that correct? Yes or no?
if you say you need me here, I
No,
will be
I
here.
didn't say that. I don't
won't
need you
leave.
here. I don't need you here right now. You can leave now to prepare. and I want you to go to Gary's and help him with the tree. Can I depend on you to go to Gary's and help him with the tree that's going to fall in his house?
If Gary needs me, I'll be there.
All right. That's good, man. Bull, well, how's it going over there? Man, the kids in the house. Wait, I can't hear you right now. I'm busy taking down the tree. It's my priority.
Can I ask you a question? And not being offensive.
Excuse me.
Would you leave?
Wait,
would you
I'm doing
leave,
an impression right
Would
now.
you leave Beth in the house out east with no one but Beth?
Gary,
Listen to me.
me.
Just a question. Simple
Beth's
question.
with me.
It's a simple question.
Beth's with me.
But I'm saying if that were the case.
No, of course not. Beth's with me.
But why wouldn't you?
Because why would I do something stupid like that?
But you have.
I'm bringing her. I brought her here.
You have choices in many houses. Right. I don't have that choice.
I don't even. Gary, why are you attacking me? I just asked if I could depend on you.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to put.
Can I depend on you to be here tomorrow? I'll ask you again.
I'm putting it in perspective.
Gary, I'm not angry with you. Why are you attacking me? I just asked, are you going to be here tomorrow? And you said, I'm not sure. It depends on the weather.
No, I asked and
I said,
answered,
can
no.
I depend on you to be here? And you said no, and that's correct. Why are you getting so attacked?
I'm just saying, put yourself in other people's
Gary,
position.
I'm not even. I wrote on Moldred last night. Anybody who can't make it in, don't worry about it. I will carry on.
Right, but everybody who didn't come in today is being sort of mocked.
No, that's not true.
Well, he made fun of Scott. He made fun of Doug.
It looks a little weird to me.
I agree that those people should have made
Gary,
a bigger decision.
do you see any weather happening out there that would prevent you from coming in today?
No.
Do you see any potential dangerous situation going on right now? And can't we all leave at 10 o'clock? Maybe we leave early and get home?
Yeah, we can leave it right after the show.
Right.
For sure.
So don't you think that's a little ridiculous that they didn't come in?
Yeah, I can tell you what
even if the storm hit during the show, within the next 2 hours or 3 hours, it wouldn't have prevented anyone from getting home. Well, it would have been rain.
I will tell you what one person said to me, and this was yesterday.
Right.
When it sort of shifted because it was supposed to start at midnight last night. It hasn't started yet. So the premise was that
this is so ridiculous.
Hold on. The premise was that if people thought yesterday if you got in this morning, you weren't getting out till Wednesday.
I see.
So one of the people said to me, my wife lives alone. I have a generator.
Right.
She can't pull it out.
All right.
And so
listen, who cares? If they anybody can make their own decision.
I'm just giving you some
explanation.
explanation.
Don't you think some of the decision making looks a little silly right now? Don't you think? When we woke up this morning, they were saying even the storm won't start till late Monday. So okay.
No, well, they didn't.
You could be out of here by 10 a.m.
The storm was supposed to start last night. That's what most people thought.
When you wake up,
I got you.
Don't you look and see that it's not? And I turned on the TV this morning. They said storm won't really hit New York until later Monday.
I woke up almost every other hour less, and I couldn't sleep. And I kept waiting to hear this horrible rain against the window that I never heard.
That you never heard.
But I was coming in no matter what today because I knew, however bad the storm was this morning, it would be like a regular storm.
Exactly.
We had this conversation yesterday, Howard, and I said, couldn't you sort of wait to see what happens before you
I called Robin. I said, listen, here's what we'll do. Why don't we wake up in the morning and see what's happening? That's what I said.
That's what I told my wife today.
I said, well, I'm not a weatherman. I don't know what's happening. I'm not John Boleros, who is scaring the shit out of my wife every 5 minutes. This guy texts my wife. Would he lose my wife's text phone number?
So he gives her special reports that the rest of us don't get?
God. Yes, he does. And I got to tell you something. It's a nightmare. I said to my wife, don't listen to this guy.
Didn't he do this already? Didn't you tell him not to?
Yes. Stop it.
He did this with Irene.
Yeah. Oh, he found an in. John Boleros is here. Get this fucking guy in here. I'm going to boot him right out of here. Bring him in so I can boot him out. What's the matter with him? And every minute he's on, I've never seen anything like this.
That's what they're all saying. They all are on the TV going, have you ever seen anything like it?
You know why? Because he gets the ratings up.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course. That alarmist attitude makes people tune in.
Fox News had Geraldo outside last night. The wind wasn't even blowing his hair. And he's on there. We're out here like he's in Afghanistan. Like he's the bravest guy.
I'm on the front line, Mom. I don't listen to those guys. So what do you think when you see the mayor and the governor and all those people? Like the governor of
Connecticut. They're listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're listening to John Boleros. I think
they're listening to weathermen.
They're experts.
Geraldo was swinging from a building. He didn't know what to do with himself yesterday.
On a flagpole.
I'm up on the flagpole. I'm trying to find some wind. All right. So, in other words, guys, the ones that I can depend on, let's wake up tomorrow. We'll figure out if we can get in or not. And we'll make our move. Gary, we're in a planning session with the people who are definitely going to be here. Please keep quiet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Howard, I watched
in a planning session.
Gary, how'd you get into this closed meeting?
Yeah, how did you get in it?
Yeah, we can't depend on you.
Hey, Boleros, what are you, a fucking maniac?
This guy is a maniac.
He is a maniac. me turn my attention to you. What is your problem? What are you, hopped up on something?
Yeah. Dude, he lives for this.
Can I say something? Lose my wife's text number, will you? I'm being serious. I mean, what are you doing?
Wait.
You text my wife. You start on Thursday. On Thursday.
No, I really probably I would have started earlier, but I didn't want to bug anyone.
Yeah, well, you're bugging my wife, and she's walking around in a fucking panic. John Bolaris just told me he's never seen anything like it.
It's true.
And didn't he say that the last time?
Well,
do me a favor.
Last time you wound up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, you really
because of him.
Yeah, because of you. I had to move a dog and 3 cats.
You were going to go to Vermont. I said no. Beth said,
"Do me a favor. Let me just do whatever I have to do. Even if I die in the storm, it's better than
you would have
listening to
flooded out in Vermont with Irene."
You know what? I know that.
You see?
I heard that on the news. I didn't need you to tell me. Yeah. No. I did.
No.
You get her worked up.
No,
what do you mean, no? I was there.
You're keeping her safe.
Yeah. John.
Listen.
Please. No more.
No more?
No more text. You got to stop.
Safety?
No. Seriously. I don't
Really?
mind. I like you. You know I do.
Yeah.
I've hung out with this guy. He's a good guy.
But why do you have to be safer than everyone? Like, you talk to people publicly,
Right, I don't think-
and you warn them. So why does Beth have to be safer?
Because I'm Howard Stern.
He's Howard Stern.
Yeah.
No, there's a connection there a little bit. I know from.
But I know you.
there's
We know each other
concern.
a while. I didn't get a
There's-
text or anything.
Well, I don't know your text. You want? Yeah, I could do that for you
He'll
easily.
text
dude.
you. Oh, trust me. You don't want
He'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know how-
I give Robin's
Robin,
number.
I don't
if
even
you
know
need
how
my
he got
help,
my
Robin,
wife's. I don't even know how he got my wife's phone number.
She's too nice to everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, really, it's I've never seen anything like this, Howard. And of deep
Give me the
concern-
bottom line now. What is going to happen? Let me
He
hear from
doesn't
you.
know
All right.
what's going to happen.
No, I do know what's going to happen.
All right, John.
It's what
right
we
now
call,
we're all here, and there's nothing happening. So what is going to happen? Give me
It's
a time.
called it is the perfect storm.
Right.
Okay. Rare atmospheric conditions all coming together at once. Now listen, hear me out.
All right, I know Canada and the snow and the whole thing is going to happen. What? Just tell me
Winds
what.
increase rapidly this afternoon. There'll be hurricane force here by
What time?
About you'll see the winds really ramp up around 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Go ahead.
Hurricane force by evening, 4 or 5 o'clock, winds gusting 70, 75 along the Jersey Shore, northern New Jersey, Sandy Hook, in the hook into southern Manhattan.
Just talk about Manhattan. I don't care about
New
these
York
other
City,
places.
southern
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
It will flood out. It will the lower end of Manhattan.
Right.
It will come over our Rockaway Peninsula. It will flood out. FDR Drive will be under about 4 to 6 feet of water by tonight.
For the FDR Drive,
Yes.
4 to 6 feet?
That makes sense.
4 to 6 feet.
What about the West Side Highway?
No, well, there'll be flooding on the west side. We're in a right now evacuating a zone A. I think it will go perhaps to a zone B because the storm continues to intensify. Haven't seen anything like this. Even the 92 nor'easter can't compare to. This is a storm that we've never predicted before.
See, now this is what's going on in my wife's text, and she is in a panic.
But it's serious stuff. Do you not think it's real?
I think it's real, but again, we've been not lied to. But the prediction in business is hard. You know, in Italy they would
These
kill
storms
you.
aren't that easy to predict.
In Italy, they'd lock you in jail.
But what if they're right?
Yeah, right.
What if they're right?
No.
What if they're right? Then it'll be right. I mean, what can I? I'm trying to get a handle on this, but the problem is, if it's right, then I'm going to have to deal with it anyway. I'm not going to be in any different situation because he's telling me.
That's how I feel.
Right. So it's like texting my wife is only going to make her mental.
Record flooding. New York City, southwest end of Long Island, north shore of Long Island, going in through into the Lip and towards into Great Neck region, all of Lower Manhattan, east side. I told you about the FDR, the Rockaway Boulevard probably will be underwater. Flooding.
So,
I mean,
John,
tidal surge.
John,
Yeah.
Bottom line, will we be able to broadcast tomorrow?
Should I even make an effort? I will.
Now, what are you basing?
Can I depend on Gary to be
You're in
here?
a safe zone here.
So you don't think we'll lose any electricity here?
Oh, well, there'll be power outages for days, but mainly in the suburbs. The grids are tough to take down
Where
in
are
New York
these
City.
grids? I mean, what do you understand power?
Trees going down, knocking down the power line.
right.
So that's
Manhattan doesn't have any trees and power lines.
No, but there could be scattered outages
But
in
it comes
Manhattan.
into Manhattan online.
Does Manhattan have any place where they make their own power?
No.
No, that's too bad.
No, but
You want to build a dam or something?
If I'm mayor, I would build a power thing right here in Manhattan.
Well, you got to have some place to make the power.
I don't know about that.
You got to either have a nuclear facility
Okay,
or
here
you've
we
got to
go.
have a dam.
I'll build a dam. I got a beaver working here.
Well, listen, it's my luck.
Chewing as fast
He's
as I
good.
can.
Beavers are good in floods.
No, it's a life-threatening storm, Howard.
Yeah.
It really is. It's going to go down as probably the worst storm of all time in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. All right? You know.
Can I ask John a question, Howard?
But we can still get to work.
Well, if not if you're coming from the suburbs, not if you're coming from Lower Manhattan. They're going to be shutting down. There's a possibility that
See, if I was mayor, I would
Listen,
turn Central Park into a nuclear power plant.
South of Canal, there could be some serious flooding. It could shut down.
All right,
there
so
could
what's
be a
the
problem
bottom
with
line?
the subways.
Should I plan on doing a show tomorrow?
Here, yeah.
Here.
You're safe here.
Okay.
You're not
I'm
safe.
doing it then.
Yeah.
I'm coming in.
Will Howard be able to travel around the city to get here and back?
Yes.
Not going to the lower.
No,
I got you.
lower.
Not going to the lower area.
West Side.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. You're in a safe zone.
All right.
Many people are not in the safe zone.
Well, my guys in hotels are, so
Right.
they'll be here.
That's good.
All right.
Right there, you're fine.
Yeah. So what are you in a panic about? As long as we can broadcast, America will be happy.
Well, there's other factors. I mean, your listeners are
the listeners
deep concerned.
Well, not to me. I have to be safe. That's all my listeners. And my listeners only care about me broadcasting. No. Of course they do. All right. Well, tonight you'll do the weather show, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Hey, here you have a hot girlfriend. Everyone's crowing about her.
Yeah, she's sweet.
This guy never has problems with women.
I know.
99
Well, they tell me
problems,
those
but a bitch ain't
weathermen
one.
are lady killers.
Oh, yeah, weathermen are lady killers.
He brought
Except
her
for
to,
Sam Champion. He's a guy killer.
He brought her with him to the block party in Philly, and
She here now?
Yeah.
Let me see her.
You mean here in the building?
Well, she came with me. I was going to leave her
There's going to be a
alone.
storm. He's not going to leave her alone.
He took his girl with
Where
him.
is she? I'll go get her.
This guy's a gentleman.
She should be outside.
So, John,
she's a sweetheart.
You're doing a show tonight, right?
Right, I believe.
Whoa, how did you get her?
look at this.
Look at this.
Oh, boy.
How did he get you?
Hi, Howard.
How are you? Marona me. What microphone are you on? 3? Look at that.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, Howard.
She's younger than you, right?
A little bit.
How much?
20 years.
Wow.
I was going for 10. I think you look good then.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, John didn't meet you by texting, did he?
Oh.
And you didn't used to be married to a DJ, did you?
I did not.
Right. So, John, every time I'm, gotten together with you, you always have a hot girlfriend.
These are different women.
Well, I knew his other hot girlfriend.
I like beautiful women.
Wow.
But she's a sweetheart. She's not only hot, but she's, a great soul.
Could there be marriage in the future?
Yes.
How long has this been going on?
Wow. You're in love.
About a year and a half.
Are you in love?
In love.
You in love with him?
I couldn't be without her.
You are?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in sales.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have a job and everything, huh?
I do.
Wow. What
She's
a
working
catch.
on. She's working. I'm not.
I know what she sells, but I'll take 2.
Right. Yeah, what do you sell? Do you have a product?
I sell tile,
Stone.
natural stone, hardwood.
Stone?
Oh, okay.
I need some of that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gary's got a house.
I'm predicting damage.
Gary's going to need it.
Give me 100 square yards.
Stone, good market, yeah?
It is.
Can you make a lot of money selling stone?
Well,
No.
Works
okay.
a lot. Not enough money.
I
That's
work
for sure.
very hard.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
How do you meet you? Where?
Mutual friends.
Is that- you were set up?
You want to hear the story?
Rather hear it from her, but okay.
Don't tell that
No,
story.
you tell it.
Fine.
All right.
Well,
where were you?
I was having a little dinner party at my apartment.
Right.
And at the time, I was dating someone else.
Right.
She was dating someone else.
Right.
And there was some interest
Connection,
there.
yeah.
Connection. And then,
But she wound at the party because you guys had mutual friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long before you go to bed with John? Like how long?
3 hours.
3 hours. Oh my God.
3 hours.
Look at
You
this
banged her
guy.
at the party?
At the dinner party.
No, it was down the road. No, it wasn't 3 hours. It was down the road that we got together, and then it was 3 hours.
You had
But-
sex 3 hours later? Wow.
but it
He
was
seduced you quickly.
He did.
My goodness.
It was the same way about that with her that he is about the weather.
Yeah.
Relentless.
Relentless. What does he do? Does he impress you by telling you the weather and the dangers of the storm?
He does, actually. Yeah.
Has he been texting you the weather too, the way he's texting my wife?
No, I get it firsthand.
You get it firsthand.
Yeah.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Honey, come look at the storm.
Calls my work's yelling at me. You have to leave now.
You have to evacuate. And that's what he says to my wife.
I didn't say evacuate. I said you're safe.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. John is going to be on the air with us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be covering the storm no matter what.
Right.
I can depend on you to be here?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's my life.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I can depend
We
on
will
you.
get married. This is the first time.
Why don't you propose?
Have
right
you
now?
proposed?
Truly in love.
Have you proposed? Go ahead.
Do it right now,
John.
pussy.
Let's hear it.
No balls. Let's go.
What is your name? I don't even know.
Erica.
Erica.
Erica gave him the
John?
note. She goes, no.
Well, she knows I love her.
No,
to
it
death.
has to be right.
This is right for us. We don't care about what's right
We're
for
going to die tomorrow
It's
anyway.
perfect. Tell your grandchildren about this.
On the day of the perfect storm? How romantic.
Yeah.
That's true.
Marry that perfect ass.
John, is there something you want to say to Erica?
Well, you know I love you.
I know you do.
And you know we're going to be married someday, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And you're always by my side.
What? Say it.
In the worst of times, she's by my side. You know,
Say
You've been through some things.
The thing. Say it. Erica?
Erica, will you marry me?
I will.
Oh. A couple of kisses.
Look at this. Something happy on a stormy day.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that something?
It would be in the paper tomorrow if there wasn't a storm.
High pitch is going to be so jealous.
How romantic. L'chaim. All right.
She's the best. She's
Well,
the best.
we just got a proposal.
Wow.
And sometimes
All right.
in the midst of tragedy.
And she's great with my little girl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
You mean the other girl you're dating?
That too.
Oh, good for you.
No, I've been.
Congratulations, you
sincere.
two.
Thank you.
Proposal given.
Yeah.
Proposal accepted.
And I'll give Beth a little text when I get back.
Listen, when you get another job, you'll get a ring. And you will. You're a great weatherman.
Thank you, Howard.
All right, John.
Thank
keep
you.
us
Appreciate it.
posted.
I will.
Stay around.
Now,
Don't-
is he a real meteorologist?
Yes.
Yes, this is the real deal.
Real deal.
This guy knows.
Robin.
I'm lending you my personal meteorologist or whatever that is.
When I was in the
From
Air
Evil
Force,
Dave.
if you screwed up forecasting, you get gross negligence in forecasting. You can't screw up a fighter jet, coming down thinking he has a ceiling of perhaps 5,000 feet when he really has a ceiling of 1,000
This is a guy. You
feet.
got your
So,
training in the Air Force,
training
right?
in the Air Force.
Absolutely.
I see.
Can you fly a plane?
No, but I've been on missions.
You have.
Yeah.
Missions
Where?
to what?
Hurricane hunters flying into the eye of the storms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Flown into the eye of storms. Quite a few in the eye, and I was actually 1987 Hugo was the first one to actually broadcast live from C-130. At the time, Brian Williams was anchoring on the weekends in New York.
I'm just watching Erica. She's like, I'm going to go call a real estate broker. We're buying a house.
That's right.
She just got proposed to.
She's
I mean,
unbelievable.
you're getting married. I mean, this is very
I'm the
exciting.
lucky one. I'm not. She's not
You
so
just
lucky.
got proposed to. Want to set a date right now?
No.
No, you want to. All right, listen, you two kids. Go ahead. All right.
Thank you, Howard.
All right, good luck.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on the big wedding.
Mazel.
All right. Mazel. All right, so we can't.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Well, very unexpected, huh?
Talking about being on the spot.
Right? You thought it was going to be a storm show, and then you're engaged.
Actually about that. I'm really concerned about safety.
All right, so we can't depend on Gary tomorrow. Let's see.
Am I allowed to talk?
Absolutely.
And when you say, Gary, do you feel guilty? I'm going to say, sure, there's some guilt. It's not an easy decision.
Gary, are we back on this?
But I want to say, it is.
Gary, I just wanted to know who's going to be
but
here.
it's not an easy decision to make.
Of course.
If I didn't
Gary,
care, if I didn't care about the job, there'd be no guilt at all.
Gary, I'm trying to communicate with the people who can be here, who I can depend
Right.
on to be here tomorrow. You're not part of that group now. I'm talking to them.
But of course, there's some guilt involved.
Right.
It's not an easy
Gary,
decision to
nobody
make.
cared.
Well,
You just
then why
leave
do
it
you keep bringing up?
You brought it up.
No, but why do you keep saying I'm talking to the group that can be here?
No, because you keep interrupting. I'm trying to talk to the people I can depend on to be here tomorrow. You understand? We now have to make plans.
I didn't say I wasn't going to be here.
You have to make plans.
It's not a given that I won't be here.
All right. Well, we'll see. We're looking forward to knowing. Wouldn't it be great if Gary ended up here and I didn't? That's what I'm going to do.
You know, that's happened. Can I tell you? It's a fucked up thing. It was in 1992. There was a snowstorm that was unbelievable, right?
Yep.
Oh, I remember that one.
And I came in, and nobody else came in, and I ran the best of tapes. And they shut the highway down behind me. I could see the police putting up the cones behind me as I was going.
Well, we could depend on you then, but not now. I understand. All right. Thank you, Gary.
Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Go get security to get Gary out of this closed meeting.
Yeah, we're in a closed meeting. All right, Gary's gone. Now we can make our real plans.
He just did another 20 minutes on something completely different, and he went right back to it.
Right.
He's so rattled.
I made a reference that, Robin talked about this too. Every scientist in Italy now is shaking in their boots. The Italian government locked up a guy for 4 years because he didn't predict an earthquake. So now what these scientists should do is predict an earthquake every day.
That's right.
Because then you'll never go to jail.
Right. It's got to hit someday.
That's a weird thing to me.
Well, our weathermen should be on alert.
Right.
They should take that to heart.
So yeah, as I said, I'm going on Kimmel tomorrow if the weather permits. From what John Bolaris is saying, that Jimmy Kimmel will not be
Jimmy Kimmel
doing
is in
this.
question.
Yeah.
He can't depend on you.
Yeah.
Can he depend on you?
No. Of course not. It's a simple answer. I said to Gary, can I depend on you? You're a wolf. Marry the kids and leave it to them. The trees are falling on my house. I love my house. I love my house more than you. He just said the most insulting, jerky things.
My jukebox will be exposed.
He didn't have to say a thing. All he had to say is, no, you can't depend on me.
I said I love my wife and my family.
Robin asked me a question. Robin asked me a question. Can Jimmy Kimmel depend on you tomorrow? I said no. I didn't say I love my house. I love my wife. I mean, you're a fucking maniac. Please, go away. I'm in a closed meeting now with dependable people that I can depend on.
And pretend.
All right, thank you. All right, got it.
My house more than you.
I got it.
No, but
Okay, got it.
Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge. I acknowledge. Okay, good.
Hello, big screen TV. I love you.
I like when he looks at you and goes, I don't have a lot of homes like you do.
Yeah, all the anger came just pouring out his fucking guy.
I
just said,
a palace in
Gary,
Versailles.
yeah, can I? You have staff. I don't have a staff. I don't have anybody. Just shut the fuck up.
That you have.
All right, good.
I have a staph infection.
Gary, I'm not. I just asked. Jimmy's not mad at me. I just said he can't depend on me tomorrow. If there's a storm, I don't know that I can get there. I mean, it's such a simple answer.
I can't believe I got to take shit, by the way, from Shuli, who almost got fired for missing almost a shitload of days.
Right,
Shuli?
Still attacking Gary. I don't know why you're
Gary,
I don't know why you're
just asked
attacking
the
me.
question.
I'm here.
You're not getting
I'll
shit
be here
from anybody.
tomorrow. I have a family.
Anyway. No, Jimmy Kimmel cannot depend on me tomorrow. I don't know if I can get to Brooklyn. That's the answer. It's a simple answer.
Now, when are you going to tell Jimmy that?
I'm going to tell Jimmy right now. You can't depend on me. I don't know. Jimmy can't depend on Jimmy for tomorrow.
No, Jimmy is planning to record his shows as they have planned.
Oh, is that right?
He's going to go through with it.
Well, I'm
He's
going to make every
continue
effort.
to tape.
I'm going to make every effort. But what if a tree falls on my house?
What do I do then?
What do I do? What would you do?
He'd stand there and stare at a fucking tree on his house.
Look at what Jimmy's doing. Jimmy's bringing along a backup generator.
Well, his house in California is not.
He's abandoned.
He is not in the path of Sandy.
He has more choices.
He's flying out the crew early.
I don't have the choices you have.
I haven't taken one phone call.
No, how are people faring in this weather?
How are you faring?
This person's underwater.
Yeah, I won't bother him. James, go ahead. You're on the air. Rain hasn't even started. It's underwater. James,
No, the
go
rain
ahead.
has started.
Oh, it has?
Yes.
Hello? Uh-oh. Mary, I'm coming.
Call me as soon as the first drops hit.
Uh-oh. Lucas, get the chainsaw out for the tree that's going to fall. And the other thousands of scenarios. There he goes. I'm coming, Bolf, who I don't love so much.
I'm on the expressway. Has the tree fallen yet?
I'm monitoring with John Bolero.
They're putting cones up as I drive.
They're closing the bridge behind me.
Uh-oh, just made it through. Doug Goodstein's home.
Yeah,
He's waiting.
feet up.
Yeah, right.
Wow, it looks dark outside.
It's getting darker by the minute.
It's dark.
So bad out.
Mary, there's a roadblock. I'm going through it.
Gary, serious? And I'm being serious. You should leave now. And I'm being serious. Gary.
The rain has started.
Gary, the rain just started. I'm serious. Go home.
I don't need to leave now. The rain's not a danger.
No, but seriously, go home now because it could rapidly get bad. And I'm being serious, and I'm
I know what's a good time to leave. I have more things to do
Sure,
here
I
today.
think you're being irresponsible.
Your home's getting wet, Gary.
Yeah, there could be flooding already.
Mary, stop building an ark.
Yeah, Mary's building an ark all by herself.
Get 2 animals, 2 by 2.
What if a window is open? Who's checking the windows? Mary?
Of course.
Yeah, well,
Those are
I don't know that
easy.
she's capable.
If you see a wicked witch of the West, get away.
She's pedaling by the window.
See, I didn't go home. And Mary
Surrender,
ended
Baba
up.
Booey.
Mary ended up in Oz.
She's with the Tin Man.
So seriously, go home now.
Well, with a trampoline.
Gary, go home.
I'm not ready to go home.
You should.
I could be dependent on to finish the show today. I'm no Casey.
Right.
Oh my.
No seriousness. Go. He thinks I'm kidding, and I'm not.
I understand what
If you're gonna risk going home, I think you should go home now because it could rapidly get bad.
At least you can get out now.
Right.
I think I have a pretty good idea. But I mean, John Belair said the worst of it is a 2.
Well,
We're gonna have to wrap up
he
show
could be a little bit
He
wrong.
could be off.
It's not an exact science.
Hurry home. Right now. I'll be upset. I'll be worried about you sick all day. Yes, James, you're on the air in Franklin Square. Are you safe?
No,
Are there white caps in the bug bath?
What if there's flooding and a tree on the house?
And we have to identify the tree.
At that point, I would just abandon ship, right?
Yeah, like what are you gonna?
Absolutely.
And emergency services are not going to get there right away. They're not going to get.
No, Gary's acting like he can get the tree out there himself.
Stop tearing sheets. We need tourniquets.
Put glass under my gums. Oh, no, that's Mr. Ed.
Tape the windows and my teeth.
Hey now,
Hey, now.
I live 2 towns away from Goodspeed. It's not bad at all.
There you go.
Not bad at all out there yet, is it?
Well, I'm worried about Gary getting home.
What are your parents doing? You talk to them yet?
Yeah, I called my mom last night.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what can I do for my parents? You know, they're in their house and stuff, and I go, Mom, I can't hear you so good. I go, okay, I was on the cell phone, you know? Oh, forget it. Then there's no communication. I go, okay, I'll be quick. Are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Well, I'm worried about you in the storm. Are you prepared? Do you have things? I mean, what should I prepare? Your father and I went out. We have water. I mean, look, if the power goes out, that'll be terrible. But we're fine. I mean, what can we do? I go, I know. I just feel like I should call you to pretend like I'm sort of interested.
Like I'm prepared to do something?
Yeah, like, what can I do? If a tree falls on... I love my parents, but if a tree falls on their house, what can I do?
Nothing.
I'm not going to mow... What am I going to go out there with a chainsaw?
No.
I would, Bull.
Like, does Gary really guard his house? I mean, what is...
From looters.
Like,
He has-
neighbors, like, guard the houses, too? I mean, do they, like, take turns?
I know Gary has web cameras on his house at all times. Like, he can go online and see his
no.
house.
What if our address falls off the house? Then we won't know where we are.
I'm constantly monitoring you.
We're monitoring? That's a good thing, right?
You would think they would do something. Beanie's like the Paul guy now, you know?
Gary has a crossbow now.
You got me.
Look, he's
You
got a
me. I'm
crossbow.
back. I'm back like an
Why?
asshole.
Why are you back?
Would you
go home
You know
already?
what? You threw the asshole hook in the water, and I fucking bit on it.
Gary.
And you reeled me in.
Gary, seriously, go home.
You did. It was dangling, and I go, I'm not gonna fucking bite on it. I'm not gonna bite on it. Here I fucking am.
No. Stop it. And I'm serious. If you are going home, you should go now.
I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine.
I'm worried about you.
I feel like I'm watching a symphony in progress.
No symphony. I'm actually concerned. I'm just trying to figure out what to do tomorrow. What?
Isn't he a kind of official? Like, you would think they would take care of him now that he's a big shot in Connecticut.
I got to go because no one can understand a word you're saying.
He said now that I'm on, I'm a big shot. They're going to drop the other 60,000 houses and just focus on mine.
Right. LJ, you're on the air. That's LJ over in Comac, Long Island.
Hey now, first time, long time, Howard.
You better stay in your house with Doug Goodstein.
Just wanted to thank you for always making it out, staying on for 9/11, being there 9/12, coming in today.
You can depend on me.
What's up with Gary? He used to be so dependable. Why can't he go home now?
Well, he has concerns that trees are going to fall in his house and there's going to be flooding. So
But no, he said, why can't I go home now? And then
he
what?
should go now.
And then what? Sir?
And get your generator out if that's the problem, or go home, get your wife and kids, and come to the hotel.
Why don't you leave your house in Comac and just
Why don't both you guys cut down all your trees now so they can't fall on the house?
And by the way, it's not just trees. There's a lot of different things that go wrong. For instance, there's leaves and the gutters get filled up. Like last storm 2 weeks ago, I had to go up on the roof
Mary,
with a ladder.
I'm going up with the ladder for the storm. The gutters are full.
Well, they do.
You go while it was still storming?
Hell yeah.
Don't you have those things that like you put over the gutters?
Those things don't fucking
They don't work. Yeah. Those things work at my house.
You know, Gary.
How would you know?
I do know.
Have you been up on the ladder?
As a matter of fact, I wouldn't go up on the ladder. I'd get somebody to do it. I don't have to do that.
No, but I'm saying I have had that thing. They just don't work.
Right.
I put springs and I have all sorts of things, but when there's a lot of leaves,
fascinating. All right, please, Gary. Nobody cares.
Well, that's not true. You've been talking about it for 20 minutes since I've been
please,
gone.
I'm just trying to make plans for tomorrow. I don't have you in tomorrow. I got to find out who I can use here tomorrow to do the show. That's all. It's not meant as an attack. Please leave so I can talk to the people who will be here.
I've never gotten so much shit for not doing something that we don't know that I'm not doing yet.
I'm in a private meeting with Shuli and Fred and Benji.
Yeah, you know what?
And you're not welcome. And Robin.
If Shuli's the future, have a party.
Okay, thank you.
You're making a scene.
Shuli.
You're making a scene. It's getting ugly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Get more airtime. Leave your 2-year-old behind.
Okay. Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
Howard, I just wanted to let you know that I have tickets for Kimmel tomorrow, and I will be there if you will be there.
No, you can't depend on me for that. All right, thank you. I mean, I'm just honest.
He's so mad at me.
I mean, why? What did you do wrong?
I don't know.
I asked him if he's going to be here tomorrow.
I said yes to the question you asked me. That's what I did
so
wrong.
Silly. All right, you know what we ought to do, Robin, so Gary can get home?
Yes.
Let me take a break, and you should start the news so we can get out exactly at 10.
All right.
I'm just worried about him getting home.
Well, if the wind blows.
Goodbye, Mary.
It could mean the trampoline. It could mean the rain.
Does he
it could
jump
mean
on that trampoline?
Mary, the flooding is occurring. You must. I'm going to take this piece of wood. You float on it, and I'll die.
And I will go. My face will turn blue.
I'll stay in the water while you stay on the wood.
Gary, lay on my teeth, and you won't drown.
Gary, stop eating the wood with your teeth.
No, Mary, pull out my teeth and float on one of my enormous
My
teeth.
teeth are like the iceberg.
They're a flotation device.
I don't know how long you'll last, but on my teeth, you could float forever.
I'll be fine here in the water.
You imagine he pulls out his tooth and Mary escapes because it's like one of those foam little surfboard things.
Surf to Florida on my teeth.
You were bored with this subject.
Lucas, you surf on my other tooth. Mary, you take my two front teeth are my largest.
And put Murphy on the molar.
Bye.
What about the cats?
So sad.
Cats hate water.
The cat my side teeth will support the cats. And Murphy.
Don't forget my lips. We
Cut
could
my
all
lip
be
off
fine.
as an inner tube.
Cut off my lips and float down the tsunami. Goodbye. I love you more than Howard.
You mean more to me than my job?
I told Howard I love you more, even though he didn't ask.
He said, he asked me if he could depend on me, and I said, no.
He wouldn't even say no.
No.
Just started yelling at him.
I don't have choices.
Like you.
Like you.
You have staff. I guess Shuli got his staff together and they're going to watch your house.
My staff.
But Fred, I guess your staff will be on it.
I guess so.
All right. You have staff and choices. I have no choices.
You're looking at the staff sitting right here.
Yeah, I'm a pauper.
Yeah.
Benji, you have your staff taking care of things at home?
Yeah, Carmen and Elisa.
What's that? Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to leave Elisa home alone and then your staff will watch over her.
As people.
Right. Mary, my teeth. Pull it out with the pliers. You'll live and I will die, but my teeth will have done good for man.
My teeth will go on and on.
I think I'll ride out this storm in my man cave.
One tooth for you, another tooth for Lucas and Murphy, and the two cats will be on my side teeth forever.
Goodbye, teeth.
Goodbye, my teeth.
Can I tell you something that has to do with this, but not directly with me? DePace just called
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
the
wants
big-
to put on the air that he was ordered to stay home.
Ordered by who?
He's very upset. I guess I don't know. He just said he wants you to know he was ordered to stay
Well,
home.
you know what? That's Doug Goodstein. I'm telling you, Doug Goodstein wrote me last night. Like I'm in the middle of 20 things, and I get this text. The in-demand offices are closed tomorrow, and that has nothing to do with our show. Nothing to do with me. He wanted me to go give him the blessing.
It's okay.
And now he hasn't come in, and there's nothing going on.
People came in.
And he probably told DePace to stay home.
But was it Doug who ordered him?
Yeah. Well, who else is in charge?
Because that would have looked bad if DePace made it in and
Yeah, right.
Doug didn't.
Why would he tell him that? Why would he tell Scott DePace not to come in? It turns out Scott DePace is useless anyway. Ganji's doing a fine job directing.
Take 3, zoom in.
Zoom. How you doing in there, Ganji? Miss any shots?
1 or 2, but I'm holding it in.
Yeah. You're holding it in? What are you holding in?
A big shit.
My camera guy today has a broken hand, so we're holding it together. Sorry.
What?
What?
Said my camera guy today has a broken hand.
And he's here?
And he's here, yeah.
Right. So who told Scott DePace not to come in, Doug?
I believe it was our executives for the company didn't want the employees to come in today.
You mean executive producer?
Because they
Doug
were
Goodstein?
closing their offices.
Yeah, because they look like douchebags.
Right.
They could have been in.
I heard, Howard, that the lawyer's rap was that this is how lawyers get crazy. That they didn't want to be responsible if somebody hurt themselves while driving in or coming in, that the company didn't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, I told our guys. I said, if you can come in, great. And if you can't, stay home. Don't worry about it. I don't give a shit. I said, I'll be here. I'm suing the company, but not about, coming in.
I was already out of my house. Been out since 6:15 this morning.
Uh-oh, you better go.
Just saying.
Gary, you should go.
Be fine.
I'm serious. I'm not even saying it as a joke. You should go now.
Now?
Yeah.
Between now and the wrap-up show, is it going to be any different?
Yeah, I don't know.
I do.
It could change rapidly.
Yeah, if things could close down, you might not be able to get
He thinks
there.
I'm busting his balls. I'm not. I'm saying
No, I think that
if you're going to attempt to
if I
go,
leave at 11:30, I'll be fine.
all right. Just know your boss told you to leave.
But Polaris told me I better be out of here by 2.
I'd love if that trampoline went right through the house. Leveled it. Good thing I was home. Trampoline went right through. Why the fuck wouldn't you remove that trampoline from the backyard? I mean, that's exactly what you're supposed to remove. That's a flying object. If he's so worried. I'm worried about trees. I'd worry about that trampoline lifting
Right.
in a hurricane with 85-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know. I'm really worried about the trampoline.
We move everything out of the backyard but the trampoline.
I wish he'd jump on the trampoline and trampoline back into Manhattan.
Well, that's how he's going to have to get up to the tree that falls on the house.
Look, I'm flying. Whoa! Here I go, Mary. Boing. The winds are picking up.
Robin, please, I'm on the phone right now with my tree surgeon, trying to make sure in case the storm knocks over trees that he'll be there, that I could depend on him.
Ah.
Well, Gary, I don't think you can depend on your tree surgeon to be there. I mean, he's got his own family.
He's got his own family with their own trees.
Well, then he's not my tree surgeon anymore.
This just in, this storm took Gary's house away, and it fell on a tree, ironically.
That's right, boy.
I couldn't have predicted that.
Who could
I wasn't there to protect the house.
And my trampoline is still solidly in the ground.
All right. How's your
I really
Sonos?
do wonder how Gary's going to protect the house.
How am I going to protect my Sonos?
Robin, can you believe it? I think 10 days have gone by, and Gary hasn't mentioned Sonos once until right now.
That's right, boss. Sonos. That's it.
Making up for lost time.
Robin, do you really not understand how I will protect my house?
Hey, who is that? Oh,
Do you really not understand that, Robin?
Uh-oh, it's Dueling Garys. Robin, do you not understand that? Are you that stupid you don't understand it?
And she's a big woman.
Can protect a house. It's too big.
No, I'm a beaver. I'm part beaver. I could gnaw through trees that fall on them. Beavers do very well in floods.
If anything happens, like Robin, if the gutters get full, it's a good thing I'm not there. The water should just come in the house, right?
No. That's one way. Okay. But like you said, if a tree or the wind starts really...
Robin, if it's a tree, I will dig through the tree with my teeth. Look. Mary just called. The house just landed on Debbie the pet lady. Got swept away. Killed her.
Yeah, I mean, in a terrible, terrible storm, there's really no way to protect the house.
No, but you don't know anything.
If a branch hits a tree, if a tree hits a window,
the branch hits a tree, and the tree hits a window.
If the tree hits
how
a
many
window,
trees
the window
you
breaks.
take?
Should I not cover that up?
Let anybody hear it?
Should I not cover that up, Robin?
But argue with Gary. What?
Gary.
Yes.
If a window breaks and water's coming in, should I not board that up?
You should board up the tree. Right. You should cut down the tree, make boards, and then board up your window.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't you think it's more important to keep your family in a safe place until the storm is over?
Mary is I told you, we have a contingency plan. Mary's going to float away on my teeth and live like Titanic, and then I'm going to die.
I think the house is a safe place, Gary, but I think that things can happen to the house.
If the branch hits the tree, wait a second, I got confused. If a tree hits a branch, and then the branch hits the tree, and then it goes into my window, what am I going to do?
He's going to do something.
What are you going to... You have, like, wood in your house to board things up?
Yes, I'm prepared. We bought wood for boarding the house.
I have tarps.
And I have tarps.
Stand back, family. I'll make our own dam.
In fact, we don't even have windows. We took them all out. But we left the trampoline in the backyard.
He's all Mr. Prepared with the trampoline in the backyard.
Julie, feel free to say something funny.
Okay. I'll attack Julie.
I'll go after somebody beneath me. That will make me feel better.
All right. Anyway, listen, everybody, good luck.
And everybody be safe.
And Gary especially, be safe.
You know what? The highways in Connecticut are being shut down at 1 o'clock.
That's true.
All state highways.
So then why are you not leaving now?
Because I can do the wrap-up show and still leave in time
Gary,
to get home.
leave now, and I'm being serious.
Lieberman said that there's a rumor going around that the New York highways are getting shut at 3.
Would you do me a favor, though? Remove the trampoline from your backyard if you do go home.
Yeah,
It just seems like
it's too big.
No, he can dismantle it. If he can cut down trees and fix windows, he can dismantle the trampoline.
I may have to gnaw the trampoline apart.
GNAW?
I'm sorry, gore. What a callback.
You're right. That's a callback and a half. All right. Mary, the hurricane hit. Quick, everyone on the trampoline. We'll trampoline back into Manhattan.
We'll bounce to safety. We'll bounce to Ontario. The hurricane is not going there. Hello, Toronto.
By the way, so we're going to make every effort to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not me.
If we're not...
Hey, guy, do you think it's fair for Howard to single you out this way?
No, but he knows he's gotten under my skin, so he's going to keep going with it.
Hey everybody, it's Shuli, and on Monday's wrap-up show, tensions were running a little high. People came in, were already planning their escape for Tuesday and Wednesday, and Howard called them out on it, and I jumped in as well. And some feelings were hurt. People were on edge. They were not happy with me, and I had to go into the wrap-up show and defend myself for trying to be funny on a comedy show. Go figure.
Are you undependable?
I do not think I am undependable.
But Howard asking you that just cuts you to the core.
Well, okay, do you think that Howard's being disingenuous when he says, hey, I just asked a question? Do you think there's a difference between asking, do you think you're going to be able to make it in tomorrow, and can I depend on you? Do you think can I depend on you is a bit of a loaded question?
Yes, I'd absolutely.
Right.
Yes. And we all knew it, but apparently you didn't know it.
No, I did know it, but he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And then, well, I'll there's a guy up on the board that take the call from number 7.
Oh, I just took 4, so hold on.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Chris, you go first, then we'll go to 7.
Chris in Connecticut.
Hey, Chris in Connecticut, how you doing?
Hey guys, great show. Listen, Gary, I think Howard and Robin are a little out of touch with things, and I understand what you're saying. You want to be there with your family. There is stuff that you can do. They have people that can do that stuff for them. I don't know. I think it was just. I think it was a little too harsh on you.
Well, that was the other thing too. When Howard at one point said words to the effect of, "Oh," and then all the anger come out. Gary goes, "You have 2 houses and you have a staff of people." That's not jealousy or anger. I've never been jealous of his home. I am so happy for him that he has what he has. I'm just saying you have options that I don't have, so don't compare us.
So this is one of those weird things, and I'm talking as a Howard Stern fan, not as an employee. where I disagreed with every single thing that Howard said to you about the hurricane,
But
and
you
yet
loved it.
enjoyed every single second of it. I mean, I was laughing. I mean, I felt bad for you. I came and talked to you, I think, a couple different times, but oh my God, was that funny? Even though I thought he was totally wrong in what he was saying, it was still great.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
that's what we talked about last week. That's the weird backhanded compliment I get.
It is
love
weird.
Love you, Gary, but I love when he yells at you.
Did it make it worse that Shuli was in there piling
Yes,
on?
It didn't. And Shuli's out having a cigarette. I told him, he goes, should I have a cigarette before the beating? I said, have two. But because I think there's a line of people who want to beat up on him. But when you sit in the studio, yes, it's your job to be funny. Now, I didn't think everything he said today was being funny. I thought at times he was piling on. And even if you are being funny and you are piling on, you can't expect to walk out of the studio and act like it didn't happen. When you go in there, you're saying, all right, I'm going to fuck with Gary. And if there's repercussions, I'll deal with it. But Shuli wants it to be like, what do you mean, man? What are you talking about?
So, first of all, the funniest thing that happened was after the show, you asking Shuli if he was going to have time to come down to the wrap-up show.
I didn't. No,
Shuli
I didn't.
always has time to come down to the wrap-up
I didn't.
show.
He just said, do I have time for a cigarette?
Even
before?
when John doesn't have time for Shuli to come down to the wrap-up show, he finds time to come down to the wrap-up show. You know, I thought Shuli was brutal to you, and some of it was funny, and some of it was, I can't wait to see what's going to happen off air between Gary and Shuli, like if there's going to be tension there. But there is something to be said since Shuli's not here to say like, hey, he's auditioning for a job. I would imagine
that's fine, but if, you can't blame it all on, hey, I'm trying to get the job, so I made you look like a piece of shit. And I said to John, it was a lot like the kid in school who accidentally does something right that the whole class did wrong. So he accidentally decided to take the room, probably because he just doesn't want to be home. And
please, first of all, is there anything more embarrassing than Shuli gloating about the fact that he left his wife and newborn baby at home? I mean, forget Howard for a second. He kept pointing out to Howard, how cool am I to be at the hotel?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what, Shuli? I don't think you look that great.
He goes, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm the good guy. And I found that annoying. And Shuli, in all fairness, is not a homeowner and never has been a homeowner. So doesn't Shuli, I think he rents, correct?
I don't know.
I think
John, we're trying to see how long we can go without you talking on your own show.
It's okay. You're doing great.
I think he rents a house somewhere, right across the river. So if a tree falls, he's like, "Go pick up all my shit, let the water come in. It's not my headache."
Will was. I'm going home after the show. I'm trying to get a car service to go home after the show because I will not be able to relax tonight thinking that my wife is home scared. Even if it's just listening to the wind and being scared, I can't hack it. And Will is very much undecided. And I told him, I go, when you get a call at 1 o'clock in the morning that a tree branch came through the window and your wife and kid are screaming and they need someone just to comfort, forget fixing this shit, just comforting them.
Well, you're
gonna feel like garbage. And
but that's a huge point. Yeah. Because so Robin's like, what are you going to do? Cut a tree down? I'm like, no, but maybe I can help my family from being scared shitless.
Right. You want to be there for them. Right. And Jason, you're right. But Will also is thinking, am I not dependable then? Am I letting the show down because everybody else is coming here and braving whatever they're braving and staying in the hotel in the city?
Who's staying in the hotel?
Everybody who came in.
No, we all.
Oh,
no.
I don't know who's staying
in the hotel tonight.
Shuli.
Shuli's the only one. And Tim. And Tim lives in the city.
Tim lives in the city. I think Brandano's staying.
Yeah, he's staying.
But he's got nobody.
JD and I, and that's true. JD and I have
you have each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the question is who with the family is staying in tonight?
Nobody.
Can I just tell you, if I didn't have a wife, holy shit, Tim got us sweet fucking hotel rooms. I mean, 30th floor suites with huge beds and internet. Yeah, in fact, I almost came in last night and I told Janice
why don't you bring Janice in?
It would be more fun. I wanted to bring Janice in last night. We had the hotel room for last night because the transportation was shut down.
Yeah.
She, even though it's a pet-friendly hotel, she would just not up and leave. I couldn't make her do it. She just would not. Even if I said we could bring the dog and the cat, she was like, I'm not leaving the apartment.
I do want to say one good thing about my staff, because I really do love the guys that work with me. For a guy like Jason or a guy like Will, this would be an excellent opportunity to stab me in the back. Meaning to say, this would be an excellent opportunity to take the hotel room and say, listen, I'm dependable. Gary's not dependable, but I'm going to step up.
Only an asshole would take this as an opportunity to better themselves by putting you down.
Shuli's here.
Steve, I see Steve Brandano laughing back there. Shuli, you, I think, did a very good job in the studio today, and everybody hates you.
Well, that's how you know you did a good job.
Well,
it is?
My question to you...
so
I thought it was like they were like some sort of funny meter.
So I sat Shuli down and told him how to work, and that's what he walked away with.
Shuli,
everyone hates you. You're doing something
Shuli,
right.
when you were in there, Were you thinking twice about how far you were going to go? I understand Howard saying, Shula, you're going to be here. Like, of course I'm going to be here. But you went well beyond, of course I'm going to be here.
Well, listen, it comes down to the age-old scenario, which is there are no guests today. So we definitely become the guests on the show. And somebody's going to get their shot, whether they want it or not.
But that's not the question. That's a cop-out. That's not the question. Isn't, yes, there were no guests today, so I'm in the hot seat, Ronnie's in the hot seat. How far you go doesn't depend on whether we have a guest or not.
But since when do we set up? But Gary, since when are there limitations on how far we go?
No, there are no limitations at all.
Okay, so then what's the problem?
But do you think there are there going to be repercussions? I mean, there were with you and Doug when Doug busted your balls on the air, whether it was funny or not. You were pissed
about with the baby clothes.
Yeah, were we allowed to even say that?
No, I don't know.
But I'm just saying, like it was something happened on the air.
No, absolutely. Listen, I knew I pissed you off. But going back to the first time I sat in for a week, I pissed you off before the show even started. And I came to you right after that and I said, Gary, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I got into this goofing mode with the guys. And you said, if you don't do that, then you're not doing your job.
Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that I can't get pissed off at you.
And that's fine. You're entitled to. But I'm just saying, it's the same thing you told me not to shy away from last time.
I thought you were being a big, I'm trying to think of the right word, like a jumper on, like you
shitster.
No, you accidentally did something correct by taking the hotel room. Right. And you were going to rub it in everybody's face.
Well, because it wasn't easy for me to leave last night either. Well, I imagine everybody.
Easy.
No, it wasn't at all. But at that point in time, when he's busting your balls, it's, I'm adapting to the situation. I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, I had a long talk with my wife and it was up and down whether I left. He doesn't want to hear that. He wants to hear jokes about you.
Yeah, but some of them weren't jokes. That's my point.
Well,
there were jokes at times. Some of them were like, yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. You can depend on me. And that's just not a joke. That's just being a dick.
All right, well...
but there's a difference.
Okay.
I'm all about... I will take almost any amount of shit if there's a joke involved. There was a lot of shit today where there were no jokes involved.
By me saying you can depend on me that I'll be here? That's me being a dick to you?
Do you think it's funny?
Well, I didn't think it was intentionally being an asshole to you. I think maybe you got pissed off at Howard, number one, and then as usual, everybody piles on, and I'm the new guy piling on, and it's easy to put the blame on me.
I'm not blaming you. What you said is, listen, Gary can't be dependent on, but you can depend on me. I'll be here.
No, that's what your boss said, can I depend on you to be here? And you said no. And then I just jumped in and goofed.
And then a couple of times after that, you unsolicited volunteered, I'll be here tomorrow.
I'm just busting balls, Gary. I mean,
and I'm just saying.
Okay, and if you want to be mad at me for it, I understand. If you want me to apologize to you for making jokes, then I don't know what we're talking about here. You're just telling me you're pissed that I'm a dick?
But do you think that you could just do that in there and walk out and everyone should go, oh, it's just a show?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm pissed at you.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
Okay.
Now, Ronnie, you go.
Fuck him.
Now, Ronnie, you were really pissed off today at Shuli, but I forgot why.
No, what do you mean really pissed off?
Like you were genuinely
Gary's
angry.
really pissed
off. No, he said that I'm here. I've been here with everything, through every fucking thing you could possibly think of, blizzards, fucking 9/11, everything else, and this guy to come in and start ranking on me now, because I'm not sure if I can cross a fucking bridge tomorrow. Shut up, John. I'm not talking to you. Don't even open your mouth. I see you going for the microphone. Mind your business.
That's John Lieberman he's talking to.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, you.
So you're upset with Shuli because he questioned your professionalism?
Yeah, you know what?
Dedication.
Yeah, I got a house too that I got to worry about. I got,
so do I.
You don't have a house.
I have a 2-year-old.
You have an apartment.
Excuse me. It doesn't matter whether it's a fucking apartment or a house. The odds of something getting flooded and shit falling and trees falling are just as much a reality for me as it is for you guys.
That's your decision.
And I made my decision.
Okay, good.
And if I want to comment on it,
and if you weren't sitting in on the show this week, you wouldn't be fucking worried about it. You'd be home.
That's your opinion.
You would be home.
You don't know that.
Oh, I know it.
Oh well,
then get off my case.
No.
All right, then don't tell me to get off your case. All right?
Never.
John Lieberman, what do you want to add to this?
Well, Ronnie took the words out of my mouth. I mean, Ronnie brought up the fact that he believed that Shuli would not come in today or tomorrow if he weren't in studio. So, Shuli, the question is, would you be here if you weren't in studio, if you were simply reporting the news?
Here's what changed my mind. I was torn yesterday about whether or not to come in, because the reality of it is I would have been out.
Why were you torn, by the way?
Because I know I wouldn't be able to get back home most likely until Wednesday, maybe even later. And I got a wife who's sick. I got a kid, 2-year-old, who's sick.
Screw 'em.
And they're getting ready to face, blackouts and who else? What else? So I said, listen, I don't know what to do. I called Tim. I said, what do you think I should do?
Don't stay with your sick wife and kid.
And Tim said, listen.
Be smart. Go to a hotel room.
Yeah. I get it. I'm not JD, Jason. They're going to work here. But so I said to him, what do you think I should do? And he said, well, Howard said he's working. As soon as I heard that, decision was made. Done deal. I said, if Howard said he's working, I don't want to be on that list of people who don't show up.
But hey, Shuli, first of all, I thought you were very funny today on the air.
Thank you, Jay.
But
I didn't say he wasn't funny.
I mean, I can understand why people are upset, but hey, listen, I understand.
I think
if anybody does.
He was funny today. I just thought there were times when he wasn't being funny, and it just seemed vindictive.
But how are you going to feel if you get a call tonight at the hotel, 1 a.m, a tree branch fell through the window, the baby's crying, I can't stop, I'm scared that there's so much noise going. Like, how are you going to feel?
It'd be terrible. It'd be terrible, Jason. I don't know what I would do. I would try everything in my power to get back home and to help them any way I could.
But see, that's why I can't. That's why I can't stay in the city tonight.
And I understand, and I'm not knocking you for it at all. I'm not knocking any of you guys for going home.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you did. You knocked me on the show.
But Gary, during the show.
Shuli wouldn't have been here unless I called him yesterday and told him to come in, right, Shuli?
That's not. Excuse me, Tim. Excuse me. Nobody was mentioning anything about fucking work tomorrow and whether or not people were coming in. So I called you and I said, I sent you an email. I said, are we getting rooms or is it every man for himself? I didn't tell him I'm not coming in. So
hey,
don't
Tim,
come in and say that.
Tim, what did I ask you when we got? Tim sent me an email
You said, is Shuli coming in? Because if he comes in, I'm in.
What I said was, Tim sent the thing about the hotel.
I
and
heard
immediately
if
right
Shuli
back,
comes
I
in,
go,
the whole world has to be here.
Are you covering meals? And Tim wrote yes. And I said, all right. Well, then
Oh my God. Jason goes, I assume this means transportation and meals.
Well, I'll tell you guys what. I was just outside. You would never know there's going to be a hurricane.
Wow.
Holland
It's called the
Tunnel,
calm before the storm.
But it's coming.
Breaking Holland Tunnel is closing at 2.
Oh, we got to go.
Brooklyn Battery Tunnel closing at 2.
Hoboken closing at 4.
So it would be fair to say that Letterman would be 99% not doing a show today, correct?
Well, we wouldn't have. First of all, his show can't go on without guests, so I don't know who he's having on.
I think his show could go on without guests.
Have they ever done one without guests?
I think he's capable of it if need be.
If nobody can get there, then yeah. I mean, if the bridges and tunnels are closed, then there's nothing anybody can do unless
Sources
they're already
are
in the
saying
city.
all bridges and tunnels will be closed by 4 o'clock today.
So what happens?
Sources.
So what happens? I set my alarm for the same time I do every morning, and I get up tomorrow morning at 4:15. And the first thing I do is I go on the internet if I can get internet at my fucking house.
Right, your power's up. Good.
But I have a generator, and I see that the bridges and tunnels are still closed. So I now physically can't get in. It's not a matter of would I like to, do I want to brave it. I'm not going to be able to get in.
So what do you do?
Well, what do you think will happen? Do you think that
Nothing will happen. Here's what's going to happen.
No.
Nothing's going to happen. The radio show will go on if Howard's here. And if he's not here, the radio show won't go on. Like that's what's crazy. It's a radio show.
Actually,
Howard's not going to fire you.
Jason, hold
Nothing's
on.
going to happen.
I know.
Hold on, because Tim's here. Tim, you can answer that question. If the bridges and tunnels are closed tomorrow, what happens?
Well, we have the opportunity to use our ISDN
No.
lines.
I'm saying, what if Howard says, I can get in, whoever else can get in, fuck it. But what if nobody else can get in?
And what if the power's down so his ISDN doesn't work?
Then he won't be able to communicate.
But what if he wants to come? What if Howard comes in tomorrow and he's the only one here?
Then he's got it. He said it today on the air. He's like, if I'm the only one here, I'll do the show. So that's up to him at that point.
Yeah.
Brad in Arkansas, you're on the wrap-up show.
It's just me here. I think Gary's a little overly sensitive. The last week or two, it's kind of a gray area for Shuli when he gets on, Hey, say what you want, but don't piss Gary off, No,
Shuli pissed a lot of people off, and I'm not telling him to stop doing it, but if you can go on the show and say, listen, I used to get mad at Jackie, and I used to get mad at Stuttering John, too, as they did at me when I would fuck with them.
As much stuff as you and I have done for Shuli, revenge is a bitch, Shuli.
What?
Right? Jesus.
It's also a shitty show on Wednesday nights on ABC.
As long as we're all beating up on Shuli. One thing I did as a fat guy, I took offense to this, that Tim took you out to a meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you paid for it, and then you turned around on him. And see, like I think as a fat guy, if
did I
someone
not
pays for
offer
me,
you money out of my pocket for my cheesecake that I ate?
did.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Number one, I'm not a total schnurr. All right. And my job as a reporter and to bust people's balls on this show is to monitor everything this fucking guy orders and puts down his gullet.
By the way, that is a page directly out of the Stuttering John handbook. You could pay $1,000 in the champagne room at a strip club, and he'll make fun of the socks you wore and the tip you gave.
Oh yeah.